with love in our hearts, we're light in the sky. Ruby and low, shining so bright, spreading love, lifted hearts, lighting up the night. Believe in yourself, let your spirit soar. Faith is the key, and love is the door. Hope in your heart, kindness in your hands. Together we rise like golden strands. No fear, no limits, just love and light. We'll change the world when we all unite. We are the LOL angels, shining so bright, spreading love, lifting hearts, lighting up the night. Believe in yourself, let your spirit soar. Faith is the key, and love is the door. Hope in your heart, kindness in your hands. Together we rise like golden strands. No fear, no limits, just love and light. We'll change the world when we all unite. We are the angels, shining so bright, spreading love, lifted hearts, lighting up the night. Believe in yourself, let your spirit soar. Faith is the key, and love is the door. To everyone who shares this dream, you're the light, you're the beam. Thank you for love, for faith, for grace. Together we shine, one heart, one place.
Good morning to all of my lovely LOL angels with a Z. It's a beautiful day in New Haven, Connecticut. Just getting my Red Bull and then I'm gonna fuck shit up. Read some more St. Augustine. My boy is lit. Get litty, get ready. So, yeah. Buckle in, baby, cause we going live right now.
Hello, welcome to episode lucky 13 of LOL Angels with Z, hosted by yours truly, Ruby Spacek, and the lovely Lo. How are you? I think you're muted, so the visual is giving beauty. I think we see an example of what beauty is right here before us.
Yes, we do. Hello, everyone. Welcome into LOL Angels. Ruby, how are you today?
I'm feeling good. I've had like a lot of kind of manic, scattered energy, but I got a lot of things done. And all day I was kind of mentally prepping for the episode, thinking of questions and talking to the audience and getting pictures from people of what they're working on, which I'm also really excited to share. We've got some pictures from Lynx of some statues she's working on. There's just so much artistic talent just within our small community already that I love to share it with everyone. So
yeah, I haven't even got to see the pictures either that people submitted, so I am very excited to see those. Obviously we have our pictures that we have uploaded, so we're going to show those, but me and Ruby wrote, or I don't know what Ruby did for talent show, show and tell today, but I kind of wrote like a little thing for you guys. Obviously our show is going to be on beauty and love, so it has to do with that. And yeah, we're just kind of like going to focus on the good and positive things. Since our show is about positivity, we often talk about like some of the negative things and how we can like overcome them, and that's always fine and dandy, but we just wanted to focus really on just like the good and positive little details in life. So that's what this show is going to be about today.
exactly. And it helps. I love that throughout the week I'm looking for things that are beautiful and finding beauty even just like when I do my like near daily walk to Dunkin' Donuts. I love the beautiful architecture in my city. I love seeing like all the flowers bloom and the grass come out as it gets warmer. I love being able to wear different outfits and not just always have to wear my big winter jacket. Like,
right.
I've been doing all of that.
I mean, shit, just like the little stuff. Like, obviously, I love like waking up in the morning, sitting outside, letting the sun get in my skin, the vitamin D that I need, and just like I love the breeze. I love feeling and seeing the trees move. Obviously, every day I wake up and I'm grateful, but just noticing like the little stuff of just like, oh, the birds chirping in the background, and noticing that like people are driving and other people are living their lives. Like, it's just a good sign that there are people in the world that still have hope. We still are trying. We're still trying to live our best life and like, just bring the little beauty out of things.
So, exactly. Yeah. And I think that there's most people are generally kind, and want to just do well in the world. And there's a lot of beauty too, though, in change. And that's why I relate so much to St. Augustine, because he was, a sinner before he was a saint. And he's famous for having a quote that I believe I pulled up. I put, like, as usual, I went wild with like so many quotes. I had deleted some, but it's a lot of quotes. So, but
Okay.
we'll go. I think he has so many good ones.
Well, you can like start off reading them.
There's no saint without a past, no sinner without a future. And I find his like writing to just be so like concise and like vulnerable. It truly is like, this is one of the most famous pieces of religious literature for thousands of years for a reason. It's relevant today, as cutting relevant as ever, where it's just like it feels like very enlightening to read it. It makes me feel more connected to God and makes me feel more okay about the doubts that I have and things of that nature. Hearing from this like, saint that he's had these similar experiences.
Yeah, and I was gonna say he's like even though he's not alive today, is he? I don't know how old.
This was from 354 AD, so like nearly 2,000 years ago, like 700.
Oh, really? I did not know he was that old. Wow, and that like him, still being relevant today kind of shows that like obviously the words that he spoke and what he wrote about still has like relevance in today and like how people feel like, and like you said, like letting people know that you can be vulnerable and letting people know that there is a future even if you are a sinner. And like he used himself as he was a sinner and he became a saint at the end. So I think that's a perfect example, honestly.
And also for that time, people didn't write like confessional memoirs. Like the more I learn about him and his history, and this is beautiful to me, is that someone who lived thousands of years ago can have such a profound impact on people, millions of people, for years. Like that's just from one person.
Exactly. Definitely. And I can see why you like him though, because a lot of stuff that you've read, just showing like what he's put out into the world has honestly like with each and every one of our episodes, because he doesn't pop up in every episode, but you'll show a video of something that he's wrote every couple now and again, every episode or whatever. And I think that they always fall in line perfectly and give like a perfect description about like what our videos are on today. So yeah, he's just literally like the fact that it can be thousands, 2,000 years ago and what you're saying is still relevant. But it's the same thing with the Bible. Like no matter what people say, like I still feel like, if you read the Bible and like you're having an issue with your life, you can easily go in the Bible, find someone that's damn near going through the same shit as you, and they can give you a way to like that help them out, or something to pass that, and it still is relevant in today. So yeah, even shit from 3,000, 5,000, doesn't matter how many years ago,
Yeah.
Yeah, you said cover your
EA. Oh my gosh. So you brought more of the visual this week. Remember last week we were like, I was wearing like a dress. I was like very, I wanted to be a little more toned down, chill out. But you look beautiful. I love that sweater. Is gorgeous. The necklace, everything.
You. I appreciate it. No, and I definitely like last week I was just thinking, I literally looked at the episode last week. I was like, I didn't look too bad. But we got to give some type of like cuteness. That's to give something today. Like I wasn't gonna just
looks Max.
I don't know.
Think, like one of the most beautiful things about you is it's just your inner beauty. Aside from being like outwardly, like obviously very beautiful, your inner beauty actually does like radiate out just through a freaking computer screen. You have that real positive energy, and that's why everyone wants a piece of. That's why you have to protect it, and that's why. With last week we were talking about boundaries, because it's something you have to protect. And like I struggle with knowing how to do that, but you got to protect your peace. And it's that, love that you bring and offer to the world that's very impactful, very inspiring. You got me talking about beauty. I knew I'd have like the most to say, but
yeah, but I think the same thing about you though, Ruby. Like, yes, you're the baddest bitch on the outside, but on the inside too. Like, just like even I always think about whenever you were going through all of that stuff, with the people we won't name, and like you were going through a really hard time, and like you had brought up like, how do you have Angel Wing next to my name, and that I could call you, or you didn't answer, and you were just like thinking like, I wish, someone was gonna be there for me, and like obviously that like little moment alone like stands so deep in my heart for you, because I'm like, I'm just so glad that I was able to like help her and make her feel like just, you know, seen and know that she is loved and that she's adored, regardless like of what people obviously say about you or what you're going through in your real life. Like everyone's going to have little issues every now and again, but as long as we have like those good people in our life, like you to me and me to you, that just tell us like we love each other and that we're beautiful, we need each other, like that's what's going to be able to get us through our lives, guys, not what people.
Exactly. You kind of become the people you hang around, you know, so you need to really connect with people over like your like values and things that are important to you and have those sustainable relationships. And I notice like a lot of like young women, especially if they're dating someone, they just like cut off like all their friends and just like, you know, are totally, and I've done that too. I've totally done that. And then guess what? I broke up and was like, hey, I know I've like been ignoring you for like 2 years, but
and you know,
I never want to do that again. Like,
yeah, and you start to like forget about yourself and what it feels like to just be an individual and independent. And like that is really sad. Like, because I actually just seen a post about that today and was like, you know, like you don't have to cut off all your friends when you get into a relationship. Like, obviously, you guys are doing this for a certain reason or for someone else's approval or just because you weren't that good of a friend in the first place. And believe me, like you said, I've definitely done that before, but now growing up as an adult, like you don't need to do that. We're all old enough to like, you know, make time for each other, make time for what we want to make time for, and like show the people in our life that we care about them. Obviously, if you cut people off when you're an adult, that kind of just shows them that like, oh, you didn't really mean too much to them anyway. So it's like,
yeah. But it can also be overwhelming. Like for me as someone like who's anxious, I'll get anxious thinking about like, oh man, I haven't called my grandparents in like 2 months. Like I need to call, or I need to do this, or I'm supposed to be doing this. And that's like can be difficult too, because you're never going to be able to please anyone. But it's so important to just stay connected, force yourself into the IRL. People are more isolated than ever, you know, and that's why I love my job at the bookstore too, because it forces me out into the world, even when I would love to stay in bed and just fuck around online.
So you need to tell me that every day. Force myself out into fucking the real world, because like, yeah, I do talk to people online and have my little YouTube or whatever, but in real life, like I tell people all the time, like if you guys could see my real life, like you would think that I'm the most like boringest fucking person ever. Oh my gosh. Like all I do is, you know, just chill with myself and my family and just do that. But I think it is
That's what matters though. Like, you know, if you've ever had those like extreme life moments where you're like, all of a sudden it hits you what really matters, you know, like that's what it is. You know, it's spending time with the people you care about. It's treating people well. It's creating something you're proud of, you know?
No, stop. And you just saying that one sentence, like I swear, Ruby, when I read my thing off to you guys, like it's damn near going to say exactly what you just said. Like, it's the little things that matters, guys. Like, I wrote my whole little thing. I can't wait to read it to you guys because it's kind of cute for real. Like, I was just being all nice and sweet and stuff, but we'll wait. You know, we got to get into
that's our vibe today. That's our vibe today.
Like, we got to get into our pictures. We got to get into our grateful, you know, things that we're grateful for this week. We got to get into the daily scripture. Some of these videos, whatever, but I think we should do like the videos kind of last before Garian will actually be our guest today, guys. If you guys don't know him, he is from my channel. I don't really know how like to describe him other than like I call him Twin all the time. Like he comes up, we just kind of laugh, but he started his own channel. I think his channel is Gar, like Gar topic. So if you guys want to go follow him. Garian, Ruby, you called Garian, and they've been laughing about
that. Yes, I did. I apologize for that. I didn't know what my brain like could not process. I like was typing it wrong. So yeah.
No, I thought we all thought that shit was the most fucking hilarious thing ever. We're like, Garian, but no, I'm gonna pin his YouTube into the chat, guys. But he will be coming up in probably like 30-45 minutes, and we're going to be talking a little bit about the Bible and just like kind of the creation on it, the theology. I don't really know what that even is, but you know, Ruby I'm sure knows a little bit about that. Garian knows a little bit about that. They'll be able to kind of like give me the knowledge that I need to know to really conversate. But yeah, he will be our celebrity guest, our LOL Angel today.
Yes, celebrity of our hearts. You know, celebrity is a term is more relative than ever, because there's people who are like famous online, but the next person over doesn't know who they are, and it can be like in 15 minutes. You know, the true celebrities are the people you think about all the time, your loved ones, the people in your life.
And that, that actually fucking deserve it, and they treat you just with the same amount of effort you put out to them. So shout out to all you guys. And guys, make sure you like the video.
Admiring and aspiring, like.
Exactly. Guys, also make sure you like the video, subscribe to LOL Angels if you haven't, or Ruby SpaceX Riding High with Low if any new people are in the building. But before we like get into just starting everything, obviously we got to shout some people out. So shout out to EAE, Benjamin, Napstar, of course, Cheetah Man. Let's see who else is in the building. Springtime Doge, all of our mods, of course, Stevie, Armani, Distinction, Ann and Jay. Good to see you guys. Milk Cow, guys, thanks for tuning in. Static,
Lionel, Napstar.
Yes, all the people from
we got Doge, Springtime Doge.
Yeah, he changed his name. He's not Doge right now. He's Springtime Doge.
Springtime Doge, which was one of my pictures that I found beautiful.
Oh my god.
What is more beautiful?
It is so cute. What is that? A Cocker Spaniel?
I don't. My mom kind of has a dog like that. It looks like a mix of like some kind of spaniel. I don't know. It's a puppy, so there,
Yeah. But shout out to Radio Foreman. Shout out to Beard Mania. Oh my gosh, Ruby puppies. We haven't shown a puppy video in forever. We might have to show puppy videos today.
Absolutely. I know we haven't done that in a while. Also, in breaking news in our corner of the internet, Princess is back in America.
Yes, he is.
I just was cruising through. I missed trivia because I was at work last night, but I saw it was a bopping turnout. Olivia,
it definitely was. It was a good show yesterday. And Princess is back, guys. He is back, and he had a great time. He's safe. He's back in his house. He's gonna start doing his content. Hopefully, bro. First of all, where's Princess? Second of all,
I hope he's not being stalked right now. Like
that's what I'm saying. And we also need to we have not done one of our speed dates with him in months. I don't know.
I know he was. I was flipping through his stream, and he was talking about bringing back the dating show because, I thought it was a great show. My only issue at times is I was having issues with not full on stalkers, but people having delusions about me, and I didn't want to do anything that could feed into any delusion. I got paranoid, and then Prawn's been in Asia for weeks, but I loved doing this show, and
I love doing that too. So hopefully he'll bring it back. But I definitely agree with the, you never know any of those people that you might go on them speed dates with. They might be thinking something different, taking your words out of context. And, I don't know. But what is this?
So this I uploaded because it's two different kinds of beauty, minimalist and maximalist.
Okay. I love both.
Which one do you like?
I love both. But if I'm being honest, I personally, as you see, I love things, guys. So I'm a minimal person, but when it comes to my, my anime, I'm a whatever. What was the word?
The maximalist. Yeah. The bottom one. Chat. I'm curious. Which one do you like, chat? Because I'm curious what people say. It's more adorable.
Which one do you like, Ruby?
Oh, definitely the bottom one. I definitely love just cozy, lots of images of things I love. I uploaded some pictures of just different kinds of beauty and some paintings that I like.
I think that both of them were beautiful. Exactly how Cheetah Man said. He said, "I'm so minimalist, but live with a bunch of stuff." I don't live with a bunch of stuff, but I just like my little things. So I feel both sides. Absolutely.
Yeah, I like being cozy. So this is my favorite artist, Max Ernst. He was a painter in the 1920s, and he did kind of surreal paintings like this that I love. And it's its own kind of unique beauty, because it doesn't resemble.
And their realism, is this supposed to be a statue with what is that?
Some kind of woman that's blended into a surreal landscape. He was really known for doing kind of surreal landscapes with some real images in it. This was one of my favorites of his, and it's just I don't know, it evokes something, and it's is this beauty? Is this beautiful? Because a lot of surrealists went kind of anti-beauty. On Celebrity Sunday, there's an image of a toilet that says "Our Mutt" that this artist Marcel Duchamp put in an art show, it's a statement, and fuck you, urinal. And I also uploaded this is Susie Sue.
Okay, I don't. Who is that?
That's Susie Sue. She's a singer of a goth band called Susan and
Okay.
Banshees. I thought she was a good example of also like an alternative kind of beauty.
Yeah, I definitely think so, because obviously, like I had said one sentence to Ruby, like basically, what they say, it's like a famous saying, or beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So yeah, it doesn't matter like, what personally your type is or what you think is beauty. It's all in the person that is looking at that other being. And if they think it's beautiful, then that could be a part of beauty. But I wanted to answer EAE's question. He said, what's more adorable, puppies, kittens, or human babies?
Puppies.
Puppies.
I used to want to look just like her. She's the singer of another band that I liked called
That is
The
kind of
Distiller.
giving you, though.
Right? She was giving, this is like the early 2000s, late 90s. I also uploaded images of like youthful beauty versus like being like in, more mature, your 30s, 40s, 50s. So like this is Ayan from Baby Monster. I think she's like gorgeous, but she's
very gorgeous. She's really pretty. I think so.
She's extremely talented. I don't know how she's human. But then we have like Catherine Zeta-Jones. I think she looks stunning. And I think there's beauty in maturity.
Yes, I was about to say, especially when you get older, people think that wrinkles are going to be your downfall, or your body getting, cellulite, or your hair getting a little bit gray, or all the things that, come with like getting older. But I personally think that, and I've admitted this before, I think that gray hair looks nice on people personally. And that it just goes with, the journey of life. Like you have to get older, you have to, get more wise, you have to get more knowledge in your brain, and all that comes with all of the stuff that everybody hates. And I personally, it's not even that bad though, because it just, it shows that you're real, you're a person, you're a human being, people have flaws.
And that literally, so vitiligo is considered a flaw, but sometimes something in its rarity becomes beautiful. No one else looks like this. And she's stunning. I think she's so pretty. That's Winnie Harlow. She was on America's Next Top Model. But she actually made it as a model. She's like in Victoria's Secret and all that stuff.
She's very, very pretty. And vitiligo, that's like a whole different type of uniqueness. Like some people might think that's ugly. They could even bring that in with like people being albino. Me personally, like those are like the rarities on earth that people should actually be noticing, because they are rare and it's something that you don't get to see a lot. So that's why I feel like, people would take it as, oh, well, we don't see it a lot, so maybe it's not that pretty, but it's really just what everyone thinks is pretty. And I personally think
everyone just like being your maximum best self, taking care of yourself, being healthy, and just putting effort into your presentation. You can be beautiful at any age. And it's a lot about how you carry yourself, how you behave, how you treat other people. All those things can either make you more beautiful or extremely ugly. Like I've known people who were physically like really unattractive, but because of who they were as a person, they became beautiful. Like I've dated people who were very like not conventionally attractive at all, but they were extremely talented, and extremely funny.
Yeah, like it also, depends on what your insides are like, guys. Like not everything is always on just the outside. Like, yeah, we can be pretty and we can, have all these things and whatever. But if the insides are ugly, then there's kind of like no point in even like, I'm not going to say there's no point in having your beauty on the outside, but if you're not having that on the inside, like, how are you going to like ever, go anywhere, make any effort to anybody else? Like, you're only showing what's on the outside. It's not really a good, like, I think it's very cliche, you know what I mean? Because like that's the whole point of growing up too. Beauty is going to run out. And that's when people are really going to start looking at you for who you really are, like on the inside. So yeah, you can be beautiful for 20, 30 years, but if you're ugly and you didn't work on yourself in those 20, 30 years, then when you finally do start getting them wrinkles and people look past that shit, you're going to be like, damn, like I should have been focusing on shit that really is more like, internal eternal in life.
That's why a lot of like beautiful like celebrities often have very tragic lives. Like look at Marilyn Monroe. She, was often extremely depressed and like objectified and was on a lot of, medications and, ultimately died young. And she actually was a very smart person, but she, became this like bimbo icon and character. And it's like, once she hit her 30s, all the problems just escalated because it's like that youthful beauty that she was banking on. It's only there for, you know, maybe 10 years. Like it's
Exactly.
very brief. But when you're young, you think you're gonna you just have no perception of like, you know, how
Facts. No, you
life is.
definitely do think that. And like even the older that I get, like, you know, I'll start to see more like little crow's feet or just like age coming to me. And honestly, it doesn't like bother me though, because like I said, like it really does, knowing who you are on the inside, it really does help. And I am a beautiful person on the inside, and I know what, you know, I bring to relationships and to like no matter what it is, you know, just in life. And I think that that is a lot more far important than, you know, my 10, 20 years of beauty. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly. This is in my city. Every spring they have I didn't take this picture, but this is a recent picture that someone took of the cherry blossoms that are in Worcester Square. I've done some streaming over there, and it's always beautiful. But what's kind of interesting is that it's beautiful, but it's so brief. And that's kind of like the cycle of life, is it's like, you know, you bloom into something and then it withers away. But it's
yeah.
beautiful because it's temporary.
That is
in a
so
way.
true. You know, I love that little like saying that you put together for that, because cherry blossoms are my absolute favorite. And they are very like, they, you know, they come in quick, they'll bloom, blossom, and then they'll be out of season, you know, next thing you know it. So it's definitely a very temporary thing that you gotta, you know, be there for the moment, be very grateful for that moment, because it won't last a long time.
Exactly. Did you want me to pull up any of the pictures that you sent me?
Oh yeah, you can
Or do
go
you want to
ahead.
do it? All right. So I loved. Look at how cute.
Okay, guys, so this was a picture. I was also thinking about like just happiness. This was one of the times that I lived. This was a couple years ago, I think like 2 or 3 years ago on Christmas. Me and my friends had went to a bar on Christmas Eve, and like they just had to take pictures of me. Obviously, you guys know me, I don't drink, so my friend was like, "Here, put this beer in your hand and let's take some pics." I'm like, "All right, bet." But yeah, I think they're really cute. I love the Christmas hat. I don't celebrate Christmas, but let's just, you know, ignore that fact.
Oh, I love it though. And you know, we both are like festive. Like when it was Valentine's Day, you know, we were like having decorations for Christmas and all that stuff. We
That is
enjoy
true.
aesthetics, like enjoying creating something that's visually, you know,
Definitely,
appealing.
I definitely think so. This was, I think, maybe how many years ago? I want to say like 5 years ago, 5, 6 years ago. I looked the exact same as always, but I think I was like 19. The next picture that will go with this, obviously you guys will see it in a minute, but I was dressed up. This was on Halloween when I still did like celebrate holidays and shit. I was Kakashi from Naruto, and that was just a picture of me because I was very happy in that pic. I was very like just ecstatic and having serotonin in my brain. I loved being Kakashi. I loved being, you know, an anime character, and I don't know. It was
Look
just
at
like
your little nose ring too. I used to have a nose
I
ring.
had both sides of my nose done. Ew, stop. I hate seeing piercings on my face now. Yeah.
I think it's oh yeah, what happened? You I totally didn't even notice that you stopped doing the septum too.
Yeah, no, I took everything
Oh
out. I
yeah.
literally taken every single thing out. It's just because like I've had all my piercings since I've been like 14, 15. But basically this
Yeah.
was me. So I was Kakashi, but this is also, if you guys can see, I am shaving a man's head bald in this picture on Halloween. He was Saitama from One Punch Man. So it was kind of like a joke, obviously, with the animes, but I was just
Oh
like
my
he was
god,
shaving his head, and I
cute.
was like, oh, let me get in there and shave your head, and he was like, all right, bet. And somebody took a little Polaroid of us, and I thought it was a very cute picture, and I was just very, you know, happy. I don't know, like during these little like moments of just this, like those are my moments. I might not seem that happy in these photos, but really those are the moments that I'm like remembering, and it was just a good time being around friends and fucking just doing stupid shit, dressing up obviously as characters and doing things. I don't know. And I think
Oh
I
yeah,
sent
you
you
get to
this
feel
one more.
connected to people and having fun and like in the element, you know, especially if you're someone who struggles with anxiety and you're not always feeling comfortable with people. It means I think more even to like feel comfortable with your friends and feel connected and like have those small
Absolutely.
moments, you know, that make up
I think
life.
the last picture that I sent you was just like me at the beach. It was like a sunrise morning, but it wasn't like a sunrise. We had gotten there a little bit too
It
late.
didn't upload for some reason.
Oh no, you're good. You know, I always try to upload one of my like little scenery pictures, but it's just me. It's not like me at the beach. It's a picture of me taking a picture of the beach, not me at the beach, guys.
Oh, sorry about that. I totally screwed up. Sometimes I'll like hit a bunch of pictures at once and it'll be like, oh, this one didn't go through, and I just totally fucked that up.
No,
Wait,
yeah,
maybe
you're
I can show it on my phone.
I was gonna say just show it on your phone, or here I can just pull it up really quick. Actually,
Yeah, we can pull it up. Hey Justin, how are you?
A little bit of sunset in it.
Beautiful. Oh my
No, it was. Oh my gosh, guys! Like it might be alive. Let me see. It's not. I thought it was, but yeah, it was just cute. It was pretty. I was there in the morning.
Gorgeous.
And even though I don't love the beach, that is like to me one of the perfectest times to go. I think that's the word I'm thinking of. Is just in the morning when it's still cool. Nobody. I think there was like 2 people on the beach, and it was just a beautiful last morning. I absolutely like, even though I don't like the beach, everybody knows I've told people I don't like going to the beach. I live close to the beach. I don't like the beach, but shit, if we'll go there,
sensory overload sometimes.
It is.
It's like
It
too
is.
much. It's like windy and sand and salt and like smells. It's just like a lot. Like I can go at night sometimes, but I get overstimulated.
It's mostly the sand for me. Like I like sitting out in the sun. That's cool. Like I don't mind water that much. But it's like once you mix the sand with the salt water with, you know, being a girl, so your hair is long and then the salt water makes your hair feel fucking disgusting. And
like
you didn't bring a brush, you didn't bring shampoo or conditioner. So then you got to sit with your hair like that. And then you got a horrible tan because your legs have been sitting out in the sun, but your body hasn't because you've been under an umbrella. It's just a whole fucking too much. It's too much for me. I can't do it. I hate the beach.
Yeah,
But
it's definitely, it can be overkill, but if it's nice weather and not like too windy, it can definitely be nice. Also, I have another awesome pick from Lynx, who was our guest last week. I loved last week's episode. Was so
this
good.
Is so dope. I haven't seen any of her fully painted stuff, so this is cool as fuck.
Yeah, Lynx has a business where she makes these models, and I think Napstar, didn't you buy one? Or someone in the chat was saying that they had ordered one that's on the way.
Napstar
so if anyone's interested, hit up Lynx for that, you know.
I was say Napstar, I think he did say he bought one, but it was actually still when, like, I don't know when it was, but his package didn't get to his house, so he never received it, I don't think.
Dude, people steal packages at my house like left and right. It's so uncool.
But no,
I love this one. Have you seen The Crow?
No, I haven't. I don't think so. But I know what it is, like, because just the font on the words and like the word crow. I think I've seen that just on, scrolling through Facebook or something.
Yeah, it's like a famous movie, but one of the reasons it's famous is because the main actor, died during a shooting scene. He actually got shot by like a real bullet. So this one's kind of dark, but she did an amazing job with like the painting.
I'm looking at like all of the details. Like, you had to fucking have them tiny ass paint brushes to get in all the little crevices, and like she does an amazing job at painting them for sure. Oh my gosh. Like, shout out to Lynx, guys. Go get your own, 3D painted, personal made from our girl Lynx, okay?
Also, more talent. It's overflowing. Dancing on the Sun released a new track. I was listening to it. Actually, let me see.
Can we listen to it?
Yeah, I think I posted it in the Discord. Give me a second to find.
Oh my gosh. Shout out to Dancing on the Sun, too.
I like it. He's really good. I just am so impressed by the talent in our community already.
Because he did say something that he dropped it, but I think I was on stream whenever he said that, so I didn't get a chance to look at what he had made or like what he had dropped when he said something about it. So I'm excited to hear. I
have like 20,000 like messages right now. I can't even find the Discord because it's like so many messages.
What on Discord, or are you talking about in your Discord or LOL?
On the LOL Angels Discord, I think I posted it. Or Dancing on the Sun, if you're in the audience. I think you might be at work though. I'm not positive. The fuck?
In which part? The good news, prayer list?
Well, I could just look it up. We have the info like on the screen. Hold on, sorry. Fire dance, paper flexible. Why is this so hard for me? Fire dance, bigger. I hope I can find this. I think I texted it to you too, but I don't know how to. Let me text it.
Guys, make sure you like the video, share the video to your friends. Let's get some positivity, some love and light in this bitch. You already know. Sorry, I forget. I'm not supposed to be cussing as much on LOL Angel. LOL Angel is actually supposed to make me like stop cussing as much, but It makes
You know,
it like,
it's like we're a little edgy, a little relatable.
like, do you ever feel though that like cuss words like emphasize like what you want to say? So like if I say like, oh my gosh, Ruby, you're so beautiful, like it's gonna hit different if it's like, Ruby, you're so fucking beautiful. You know what I mean? Like
it's just an emphasis. It just
literally,
emphasizes it.
I think so too.
Dude, why am I so fucking bad at this?
Here, let me.
Alright,
What is
here? Let me
Spotify?
click the link and then send it. I'm just so bad at this kind of stuff.
Ava, shout out to you. Thanks for tuning in.
Oh, Ava, what is up, bitch? I tuned in, dude. I was watching that video of you and Ben. I was dying.
Wait,
you can play him like a fucking. It's so easy because you know all his tricks. That was hilarious.
wait. I think I've seen something about that. Did Ava really send some guy over to their whatever?
Well, that happened. That goes way back. I was actually with them when that happened.
Okay, no, someone posted that, and I thought that like happened like recently, like this week or something. I was like, oh shit.
No, that was a long time ago. But there's been a long time feud kind of with her and the Thorpes for a long time. Oh my god. Okay, I fucking copied the link.
Junk, you guys are funny. I can't even show a picture without, you guys fucking looking at the wrong things. This is what I'm talking about. Focus on how happy I am, how smiley I am on the Christmas hat, okay?
All right, I fucking found it. Oh my gosh, that was really hard for me. Now I have to share this. Now it's asking for my Spotify login. Are you kidding me, bro?
I was gonna say I could pull it up.
Bro, I can just play it in Discord. Hold up. I can play it in Discord. Oh my god, this is so hard.
I don't even have a Spotify, so I couldn't even look it up if I wanted to.
I know. Why? Dancing on Set, if you're watching this is so hard, but it's worth it because it's a great song. All right, so I have to share my entire window to share Discord because I don't have a fucking thing, but it will play here. All right. We are almost ready to hit the fucking link, right?
And also, before you play it, well, actually, you keep the picture up. Keep the picture up so people can like look up the song if they like it. Let's hear.
Dude, it takes up like half my mind, like minimum, and then I'm also talking to chat, and like it's so it's so many things in the background. That's why I have tried to have as much set up beforehand as possible.
So is it
when I look something up, it like throws me. Anyway, shout out. Oh, cool. Now I'm like doing something fucking weird.
Was that like a straight instrumental, or did he have any lyrics in it?
It's a straight, just like instrumental.
Okay.
All right. Well, that was like such a big detour.
From the little bit that I heard, obviously, it was only a little bit, but I personally liked it. It did give me like rave music or like yeah, something like that. But at the same time, like I'm not gonna lie, I've always wanted to be one of those people that could go to raves and like rave to music, but I've never been. So I do like to some extent, I'm a little jelly. Like, okay, rave music, dancing on the sun, like let's fucking go.
He's really talented. Like EAE is referring to me being trolled into oh that song is hard. I agree, Armani. All right, what do we have next? Do you want to I think that's it for the like main pictures I uploaded. Oh wait, here we go. This one was important. I fucking love Grok on X. You can just ask it a question. So since I'm obsessed with St. Augustine, I asked, what does St. Augustine have to say about beauty? And I thought this was an interesting answer.
Okay, go ahead.
St. Augustine of Hippo had a rich and evolving perspective on beauty, deeply tied to his philosophical and theological frameworks. His thoughts on the subject appear across his works, particularly in Confessions, which is this, De Musica, De Vera, Religion. Here's what he's known for regarding beauty. Beauty as a reflection of God. Augustine saw beauty as an attribute of God, the ultimate source of all that is good and beautiful. He believed that earthly beauty, whether in nature, art, or human form. I read this after I uploaded the images, but I uploaded nature. I swear to God.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I swear to God. But because I was just like thinking of the various ways that things are beautiful, and obviously nature is beautiful, people are beautiful, art is beautiful. There's beauty everywhere. I'm like you, where I see beauty in virtually everything and on almost everyone.
Me
To
too.
some degree or another.
I was gonna say, you know, people that are like maybe even ugly on inside and out, like you can still find some. They might be funny, you know. They might have
Exactly.
one good joke that you can hold on to. There's a little bit of beauty in everybody, guys. Like,
I really believe that. He writes, "Late have I loved you, O beauty ever ancient, ever new." Addressing God as the eternal beauty he sought through worldly things before his conversion. Beauty in order and harmony, influenced by Plato and Neoplatonism, or Plato, I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. Augustine defined beauty as unity, proportion, and order. In De Musica, he explored how rhythm and harmony in music. That's another thing I wanted to bring the music. So it's funny how this like links up perfectly, but it makes sense because I've been reading him a lot, so I'm very influenced, you know, by what he's saying. Obviously, like it makes sense, not totally, you know.
It does. Reading this, it kind of goes into with the scripture of the day. So if you want to pull up that picture, I can read that.
Yeah, let me just read the second part of that, and then we'll do the.
Oh yeah, no, go ahead. I wasn't saying
the end of it. This is also interesting. Beauty's danger and allure. Because often, you know, I know people who are like very beautiful on the outside, but ugly on the inside. But like, you know, they can really do a lot of damage and they get away with more because they're beautiful and people are drawn just to the beauty, even though it's like damaged. So it says, early in life, Augustine was captivated by physical beauty, women, theater, and sensory pleasures, which he later critiqued in Confessions. He warned that superficial beauty could distract from spiritual truth, pulling the soul away from God. Yet he didn't reject beauty outright. He redirected its pursuit towards the divine, arguing that loving created beauty rightly means loving its creator. And then there's the objective versus subjective, because beauty is in some ways objective, but also subjective. Augustine wrestled with beauty's subjective pull, how it stirs human desire and objective reality, its existence in God's design. He believed humans are drawn to beauty because their souls are made for God. But sin distorts this longing into mere sensualism. So just sensual. Yep.
That is so.
And then,
that is so true. What the fuck?
Right. And this is why I love Grok, because it just like summarized it so perfectly. And I was like, wow, this is like really like kind of articulating my thoughts that I couldn't articulate. And then the last part is beauty in creation, in the city of God and elsewhere. He marveled at the beauty of the natural world, stars, landscapes, even the human body, as evidence of God's goodness. He saw it as a ladder to ascend towards the divine, not an end in itself.
Okay, because it's always a journey, guys. There's never an end, ever.
And then our scripture of the day.
Oh yes, and guys, I do love that I actually have sent this to Ruby before she has pulled it up, but I thought it would be the perfect scripture for the day today because obviously we're having a stream on beauty and love, but you know, obviously the scripture is Song of Solomon 4:7. You are altogether beautiful, my darling. There's no flaw in you. And obviously this verse like interprets the love between God and his people, you know, his chosen people, the people he talks about in the Bible. So like as the bridegroom, you know, is expressing his admiration and, you know, his adoration, however you want to say it, for his beloved, his perception of the bride is being perfect and without blemishes. Obviously he says there's no flaw in you. The bridegroom's words convey the intensity of his feelings and the outer and inner beauty, like we've been saying. The verse emphasizes the significance of celebrating and cherishing one's qualities and uniqueness. And that's what I was saying, like with, what's her name? Winnie Harlow, is that who you brought up?
Oh, yeah, Winnie Harlow. That's the model who has vitiligo. And she has it all over her body, but it's very symmetrical, which makes her like very unique and interesting. I also had a picture of this actress I think is so pretty and talented, Mia Goth. She's in that gift of like, I'm a star.
Oh, that's what I have that on my thing.
Yeah.
Her,
I love her. She's such a good actress. She's so
I literally, yes,
so
I love her. She is absolutely beautiful.
And just, you know, she's more beautiful because she's this amazing talent, you know, and that just makes her more beautiful.
And for people who like, they know how to embrace it, you know, they don't let what people say about them go to their heart and they can see themselves, you know, they're not blind, they're very aware. But
and like, people would think like a guy who looks like this wouldn't get like much action or whatever, but it's like because he's so talented. This is Harmony Korine and Chloe Sevigny, which are like, he's a famous director and she's like an actress. I'm not but they were like popular in the 90s and like 2000s. And I think it really can make you attractive, that like just his talent alone, the fact that he has this like huge, you know, collection of like amazing movies he's created, and her is like this amazing actress.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know who that is.
This amazing singer, like, you know.
Yeah, they seem really, and that's what I'm saying. Like, not only are they probably beautiful, but we personally didn't know them, but they made, you know, art and a creation to give us some type of, you know, entertainment, however you want to put it. Because like you said, one was an actress and one was a director, right?
Yes.
I think.
Yeah. And they would like collaborate, you know, someone like finds like a muse and they like collaborate a lot. And it's like a beautiful thing, like almost like what we have, like this creative relationship that we can like do projects together. And I don't know, it's like a different kind of relationship than just like a friendship or something else, because you're doing this thing together, you know?
Yeah, it's like us. What do you mean?
Exactly.
Kinda.
Exactly.
Really
But it's so great because we challenge each other, like with the LOL Angels theme song. It's so good. I love it. It's like very a good brand for us and everything. And I'm glad that like, you know, you made it and brought like that element to it. And even though I wasn't unsure, like at first, like now I realize it was like perfect, you know? So it's like combining, and even when there's tension, like, you know.
Like, guys, chat, me and Ruby always talk about in the back, like, you guys seen it when I showed Ruby the LOL Angel song on here. Like, I was like,
dude, oh yeah, we have to clip that.
For her. I made this whole thing, whatever. It was like a whole everything, and I was so excited.
The whole like the intro we use now is like, which is amazing. Like,
and you feel as soon as
it's
it stopped,
against AI songs, but it's the greatest
you
AI
were like,
song
oh, that was nice, but I just hate AI, and I was just like, I'm crying a little bit.
I hate myself for that, because I was just like, I just had like a bias against AI music because of all the lolcow live shows, I think.
Yeah, that's what you told me.
But
and
it was always good. It's just like I had that like aversion to AI, but I fucking love it, and everyone loves it. I see everyone singing it. Z-Star loves it.
He loves it. Don't play with
it. Kai loves it. Miranda loves it.
No, and like that's what I'm saying. Like Ruby, obviously we love it now, but it took a minute. And even me though, because I told you, like, yeah, I did like whip it up together and whatever, but it took me a good amount of tries. And like the thing that I do it on, I have like tokens for how many songs I can make. So I made a decent amount of songs out of that one, because I kept changing up the lyrics and hearing what like type of voice I wanted on it and every little detail, because I'm just like that. But when I heard that one, I was like, this is it. This is the.
We are angels, shining so bright, spreading love, same hearts, lighting up the.
All right.
I was about to start singing, bro. You don't know. I love that. No, because we can all say it though. Like everybody loves the song, not just like, oh, some people like. Even if you don't watch LOL Angels, you're gonna hear it and you're like, banger. I know.
Ruby and Love. All right, what's
Napstar?
Next?
You probably don't know what I use. It's actually some weird ass website that I just found. But shout out to everybody in the chat. Cycleman, I seen that you had entered. You put Wings, our Angels.
Oh yeah, I said put Wings in the chat if you love the theme song or our interest.
Or just LOL.
I love seeing the Wings, and people leave them like in the comments and stuff too. Z-Star, do not bully Armani. Everyone has been bullying Armani. We're not for bullying, okay? Some people are more sensitive than others, and I know it can be like funny, but like
this isn't for LOL Angels, Z-Star.
I don't want to have to temporarily mute you. I don't ban anymore. I'm not a banner. I'm an unbanner, but you know, if people are gonna be hurtful to other people. Yes, Eva's in. She loves it. She loves it. And it's not. So someone was saying like it's just so pure and positive that you can't even really make fun of it, because it's just so sweet. You know, it's like
like you guys, I
end up loving it. Like
I like put like the child in my brain of myself, you know, that day, and I was thinking just very lovey, and how can I make this the most sweetest thing ever. So
It's-
shout out to me.
Yeah, I really love it. It's like always stuck in my head. I hear other people singing it, which I love to see.
Yeah, shout out to Alex though. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We appreciate you. Like the video, of course. But okay, so let's see what's next on the agenda because we're 50 minutes in. So like,
yeah, maybe we can watch. I sent a couple videos. Which ones?
Well, let's do our show and tell first. Before
Oh, okay. My show and tell was mostly just kind of the book thing. But I have.
She's like,
I'll find something. I have so much stuff over here because I brought stuff for show and tell.
You were so funny. I love you.
Okay, I have something. Never mind. I have something.
Okay.
All right.
Well, you can go first if you want.
Okay. All right. This is a very rare record that I have. It's by Lydia Lunch and a band called Suicide, which I'm against. No one do it, but they're a great band. I love their music, and unfortunately, when I was on drugs, I sold like most of my records. But there were some that I was sentimentally attached to, so I still have them. And I would love to get a functioning record player again because I just prefer that. One of those kind of annoying people. But yeah, so I have that, and then I got this little postcard.
I like that record. I really liked the details on it. Like even though it was just black and white, it was like yeah, I liked it.
I said the S word, but I wasn't thinking about it. It's not very LOL Angels to be like, here's Susan. I don't know, but
yeah.
Yeah, I still have that one too. I think it might be on my wall. I love that record. It's so good. Stevie's also a great like music nerd. He knows everything.
Go ahead and show the next thing. I'm still watching. I just am grabbing my heater because it's freezing.
All right, what else can I show you? I have so much shit already because you guys know how I roll. I'm a maximalist. I spread out their shit. We got the 2-liter Diet Coke. We've got the books. We've got the devotional. We've got the bag for my neighbor. Also, I have this very fancy Anastasia Beverly Hills makeup palette that Giggler gave me, who is one of my
okay.
And actually, I ran into Cam Dog, one of my other IRL friends, while I was on stream, but he does not want. The first time I brought him on stream, it was with Grace and Ben, so he got totally freaked out about streaming and all that stuff, so he doesn't want to participate. But it was always nice to see him. Shout out to Cam Dog and Giggler if you're watching.
Shout out to them. No, I have some friends like that. Like my friend Jasmine has only ever been on my channel once, but she just isn't like that
not
type of.
It's you have to have a specific kind of personality to navigate it,
right?
Because it can get really intense. People are kind of vicious
people
online.
People are rude. People are mean. People fucking will say
straight hostile. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. People automatically like. I was like, I forget whose live I was watching the other day, but they like 2 guys were arguing. They immediately like started like threatening each other, but like saying like, oh, like I would shoot you. Like you're gonna automatically go to shooting. Like that's the first place your mind goes to, even if it's online. I understand YouTube isn't real, internet isn't real. Cool, that's fine. But at the same time, that's just like overstepping a line personally. And I would just like never say that to anybody. Salute to Universal Jones. Shout out to Fed Up Southern Girl. Yes, ma'am, for being in the building. But
how's it going, Universal? Welcome aboard. So I pulled up a video. It's an aesthetics crash course, but just talks about like what looks beautiful.
Did you show your second thing?
Yeah, I just showed like a bunch of stuff on my thing, but this is just a little postcard I found when I was cleaning. It's a painting by Jackson Pollock. And it's an interesting example of something that's like beautiful, but also like chaotic. And the way he painted was very unconventional. He did like just slapping and like painting, and it was very harsh, very like angry, chaotic energy paintings, which
but it's on a I like that. It's cute. It's fun size.
Yeah, so I was gonna post it on my wall somewhere. So. All right, what's yours?
All right, so what I wrote, obviously I didn't like title it or anything. I just like started writing because today is on love and beauty. So I don't know, we'll call it like the little stuff. That's what we'll call it. I just made up the name right now. All right, so when you slow down, you start to see love everywhere. Love is in the details. I love to see when I can make someone smile and notice a shine on their eyes from laughing so much. Sometimes I believe love and beauty are rare things, but really they're just rarely noticed. You can love someone for their good looks or money, but what if you started to love them or love for the little things? A moment with your family, a freckle no one ever noticed, maybe that one cloud in the whole sky, or the way someone hums when they're singing or they're happy. Love isn't always fireworks and something big. It's the little things that are actually the bigger picture. Piece by piece, it's proof that love and beauty are always there showing up. Sometimes it's just a whisper in the day or a gentle touch from the background that allows us to learn to love the small things. Beauty and love aren't loud, they whisper, and when we slow down enough to listen, we'll realize it's everywhere. Period.
I love that. It's so just like concise and true. Like that is like if you are present and like, you know, in your spirit and feeling connected and like you notice, yeah, just laughing with friends, talking about something you're excited about, all those little things, like the key to, you know, having a fulfilling life is just wanting what you have and just really living in that gratitude and like the beauty of small moments, like you said, like the sparkle in someone's eye. Like it's just perfect. I loved it.
Yes, no, and that's what I'm saying. Like all the little stuff that I put in there, like those are the little things that I just love to notice. Because a lot of people, you know, even like if we're just talking about people and, you know, in general, whatever, like noticing little things about people and you can see their eyes like glow up and like they're happy that you like notice that because no one ever has before, or you just pointed it out and you made them feel good about themselves. Like that's one of the best feelings ever. Like I personally love that. And it really just shows like I said, just like the love and beauty in the world, like those are the things that's going to like piece your life together. And what's really going to make shit just come together and be like, you'll see the importance in it. But I don't know. That was just me and my little writing and how I feel about things. But yeah, so that's it.
That I thought it was perfect. And also shout out Doge for not drinking tonight. We love everyone making those little steps to live a healthier, happier life. And I have no issue. I drink occasionally, but I was drinking more like over the winter. And then like I haven't drank since I was in New Jersey. I've drank like once in the last like 3 months.
What Garian's comment on the screen?
Hey, cancel watching y'all
from the health medical center. What the fuck happened? Garian, what happened?
He had to cancel watching us. Is he still coming on?
No, it's fine that you have to cancel, but are you good? Like, are you good?
Oh, he's watching y'all from a medical. Oh,
yeah, from a medical center. So that's why I'm asking. Like,
oh shit,
I don't know what happened, but it's fine. Obviously, they had to cancel. I hope everything's okay with you.
Yeah. Also, that makes room for a panel. We haven't done like any panels in a long time, so I think people might like that too after like the video. So don't even, no stress about canceling. You know, we're flexible, we're chill, we're finding the beauty in everything, and we hope that you're just like, well, I hope you're okay.
Me too. And yeah, it's fine. Like Gary knows.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Well, that's what's important is to be with your loved ones. We were just talking about that and you're living it. So props to you for being there for your grandma.
Yeah, prayers to your grandma. For real, Gary. I will pray for your grandma. And I hope
peace and love and health.
And health, you know, and whatever she needs.
And strength, love, peace, all of that. Sending that energy towards you.
Oh, that makes me sad. Oh, no. But that's why we should, obviously, that goes a little bit in with today, you know, like at least Garian is there with his grandma. That's what he's focusing on right now. So shout out to you, Garian, for focusing on the thing that needs to be focused on in life. And, you know, you're appreciated. We love you. We love you, Garian.
Why? I don't know why I said Garian. Gary's topic, because I'm sorry to hear that, man. I hope your grandma gets better. Everyone in chat is sending positive vibes. Oh my gosh. Okay, here is the main hour. Because I spent like 11 long minutes trying to set up watching your song so I could share it. I really liked it. And the chat was hyped. They were like, this is
I did like it too. I liked it too, Dancing on the Sun. I said it gave like rave vibes. And like I've never been that person, but I would like want to be for sure. So I fucked with it. And yeah, I don't know, that makes me sad. Aw. But we can, you know, let's not whatever.
This is one video. It's just like one of those like infotainment kind of videos with like visual things. It just talks about like aesthetics, which is just like, the look, the visual of things around you, what impact that plays in life, what's beautiful, what's not. I'm assuming it's going to be somewhat on that. Yeah, thank you so much. And exactly, a lot of people, unfortunately learn the hard way. They treat people poorly and find themselves alone in situations or for who knows what reason, and I can't even imagine. So I'm sure she's incredibly happy to have you with her. That's what matters, Yeah, Hermione likes this song. We're fans. We're fans. Should I start the video? Is there anything else we wanted to go over?
No, yeah, I think you can play it.
Crash Course Philosophy is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace, share your passion with the world.
Totally.
At a museum in Denmark in 2000, artist Marco Everesti debuted a work of art that involved live goldfish swimming around in vessels full of water. Sounds pretty boring until I tell you that those vessels were electric blenders. Everesti named his display Helena, and he invited museum patrons to turn on the blenders if they so desired. Eventually, at least one person so desired. Fish were blended, and before long, police arrived ordering that the blenders be unplugged. The museum was charged with animal cruelty, although the charges were later dropped. For his part, Everesti said that his work was designed to sort people into 3 categories. If you want to push the button, he said, you're a sadist. If the exhibit makes you feel upset, you're a moralist. And if you enjoy watching the reactions of others, you're a voyeur. But many people argued that Everesti's goldfish blenders weren't art at all. You probably have your own opinions about that. But no matter what you think, works like Everesti's raise a lot of questions about art and morality and what standards we should use to evaluate art. And from there, new questions follow, like what does art tell us about ourselves? What does it do to us? And what purpose does art serve in our lives? You know who was super anti-art? Plato. He believed that art plays to our emotions rather than to our reason. And if you recall Plato's idea of the tripartite soul, he thought the rational part of the soul should always be in charge. So art was problematic for him because it encourages us to think with the spirited or emotional part of our souls. He also had a beef with art because he said it depicts the imaginary as if it were real. And for a guy who was as concerned with truth as he was, you can see why this might have been a problem. Plato was so concerned about the dangers of art that he actually advocated for its widespread censorship. And while you might disagree with him on that, you can probably at least agree with his sentiment that art...
I'm curious, what are your thoughts on censorship? Like, do you think that if something, like if a song promotes like murder, do you think it should be censored or like shielded from young people? Wait, why are you muted right now?
I muted myself. While the thing was playing, but
your 5 iron like it? I'm glad you like
what the fuck was I about to say? Oh yeah, no, if you want my honest opinion, I personally think that all that music should go. I don't like it. I don't think it's good for the ears. It's not good for the soul, because music, obviously, it goes more than just, oh, it's just lyrics and people singing. It's vibrations. It hits your body different. Why do you think you get goosebumps when you're listening to certain music? Or, you start to, or you like see this younger generation, you guys act like why, or like ask why their crash outs or, oh, they do this or that, but listen, like just look at the music for one example that they listen to. So it's like, I think when it comes to all of that music, it just has to go. Like, it's bad for your ears, guys. I don't know who needs to hear this, but you can't.
I've definitely been influenced like by music. There were certain, like, especially when I was like early, like in like sobriety and getting off drugs, there's music that made me want to do drugs, that made me like have this glamorous fantasy of what it's like to be on drugs and all these things, and it definitely had an impact on me. That was like a tragic, almost fatal impact. So it's like, should someone have stopped me from listening to that? I wonder,
See, now some people have really been arguing with me on my channel, like, oh, I swear, like, you probably listen to that type of music, don't you? I'm like, I swear. I'm not even, I don't swear, actually. I don't swear, because you're not supposed to be swearing anyways. But no, I don't listen to that type of music. I don't condone it. And when I hear it, it literally makes me want to like just like crawl out of my skin. So
EAE, I can't. My Discord is so backed up with DMs. I literally cannot find the Angelz Discord. I literally cannot find it. I have that many fucking messages that are unopened. It's lost in all the stupid messages.
And Napstar,
I appreciate talking to people. It's just so much sometimes, and it's like now I literally cannot find the button on my Discord. It's like there's just too many fucking things. And I'm in like 800 Discords. I need to leave them. I can't even find my own Discord.
I can. Discord, it's a lot. It's overwhelming for me a lot.
I just don't even see it, you know. So I'm like, yo, post it in the other Discord. He's like, just find it. I can't. I'm like non-functional. Sorry, EAE, if you don't post it there, I can't find it.
Because I bet you think violent video games cause more violence. I think that if a person's mind is warped enough to allow them to allow that game to do that to them, then yes, it could be. But obviously for most people, it's just to pass the time. Like, let's really be logical here, because there has been cases of people trying to use, like a kid being like, I play the games and that's where I learned to stab or shoot or kill or something. So I don't want to.
It's interesting that we enjoy simulating murder. Like, I love playing like first person shooter games and like Call of Duty. I don't play often, but when I do, I really enjoy it. I really get into it. But it's like, why am I in my free time simulating murder, the worst thing in the world? You know, is it like a power thing? Is it like
I don't know what it is in
dream experience people? It's mostly about like aim and like things like that, but I don't know.
No, I completely understand you, because sometimes I think that to myself too, and I'm like, why am I playing a video game that's like shooting and killing people? You know what I mean? I wouldn't do that in real life. But at the same time, like, I'm not gonna say like that I don't play those games because I love Fortnite. Like, I love Fortnite.
Also, if anyone in chat knows, I know like there's Plato. Is it pronounced it's pronounced platonic, like the like platonic or romantic? And is it the same association from that philosopher? Milko probably knows, or Stevie knows, one of the big brains in chat.
Art is powerful, but what is it good for? Well, let's fast forward about 2,400 years for that. 20th century British philosopher R.G. Collingwood acknowledged that art is frequently used as an escape from life, a simple amusement, a distraction. But he also said that the best art, the art that really matters, is the stuff that changes the way we interact with the world. So Collingwood drew a distinction between what he called amusement art and magic art. Amusement art helps the audience escape from reality, he said, diving into a no-stakes fictional world after
we're going to do a panel tonight because our guest couldn't come in.
The audience learn how better to interact with this world's reality. A great example of this is Harriet Beecher Stowe's novel Uncle Tom's Cabin. Beecher Stowe's story helped change our national mindset about slavery by making white readers see African Americans as human beings with whom they had a lot in common, rather than as a nameless other who should be thought of as property. Collingwood felt we should spend our time on magic art like that, the stuff that helps us live better rather than simply running away from the world. But some people feel that this distinction breaks down pretty quickly. A book or movie that could be little more than an amusing escape for one person could spur another person to change their lives for the better. Think about your favorite fandom. Like, for some people, Harry Potter is pure escapism, a way to disappear into a fantasy where your troubles can be addressed with the flick of a wand. But for others, Harry Potter can help you learn how to live. Lessons on the value of friendship, teamwork, loyalty, and stick-with-itness can be found among the Horcruxes and Bertie Bott's every flavor bean. So art can help you be moral, or maybe even encourage immorality. But there are plenty of other ways in which morality can intersect with art, like in nasty, legal, copyrighty ways. For more on this, let's head to the thought bubble for some flash philosophy. In 2011, wildlife photographer David Slater was on a photo shoot in Indonesia when a monkey named Naruto got a hold of his camera. There are disputes as to how exactly, but in the process, that monkey took some sweet selfies.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm like trying to fucking download this picture of Trekkie's aunt. And it's like, my computer does not work. So anything that involves multitask, it just like, I can barely fucking do it. That's why I asked people to send them before the show, but I don't want to be.
No, them naming him Naruto or however they said it. I don't know how they said it, but the fact that I just said
download it again.
Yeah. I think that's pretty cute. And I liked the name of, the little whatever it was.
All right, let me try to see
Naruto. It's crazy.
So like, I was like trying to do something with to get this image up. I don't know why it's like not downloading.
That's one of the main anime, you know, Ruby, Naruto.
I've heard that. I think probably from you. I've heard that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
probably.
I downloaded this image now twice, and it's just like nowhere. So that's interesting. Like, why?
I don't, or you can pull it up on like a tab and just share your screen.
Oh yeah, let me just share my Discord again. Oh my god, why is this? I
No,
cannot believe
just
I majored in computer science. There's a reason I fucking dropped out. I hate computers. Now it's just a thing that's spinning. Now, oh my god, I can't even get out of this thing.
Ruby, you were funny.
Later tried to claim copyright of the images, but was denied because he was not the one who took the pictures. Naruto did. The photos are currently in the public domain, but the People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals has filed a lawsuit on behalf of Naruto, arguing that the monkey owns the rights and any profits ought to go to him. Slater, on the other hand, says that he should own the rights because he was ultimately responsible for Naruto getting his camera and taking the pictures with it. By that logic, Slater claims he was the artist and Naruto was simply part of the medium used to create the art. Slater's reasoning might resonate with those of you who, in our last episode, were in the camp that believed art required an intentional artist. In that view, Naruto can't claim the pics because he probably didn't understand himself as deliberately taking self-portraits. But arguably, Slater's intention didn't shape the pictures either. He didn't decide how to position the camera or when to click the shutter. But he did decide to go to that particular location knowing it was full of curious little primates with opposable thumbs that would make working a camera possible. So what do you think? Is there any artist behind these pictures? And if there is, who is it? Maybe it's a collaboration and Slater and Naruto should split the profit. I bet one of them would be willing to take his cut in chom-choms. Thank
All right, I can't figure out how to do this, so I'm just going to show the image.
No, just send it. Just send it to me through Discord, and I'll.
Yeah, can you send it to? Like, I don't know why my computer does not work with Discord. I never use Discord on my computer. It's always frozen or disaster. This computer was like $200.
Just put it. I am in the LOL Angels Discord. What is he sharing?
Also, I don't know if you saw, I came across someone named Bethado, and I did an interview with her on Celebrity Sunday, and she's just like perfect energy for LOL Angels. The only stipulation is she identifies as a Satanist, which I know. But she's like, but she believes in radical honesty, love, kindness. So I mean, it could be an interesting, I don't know.
Where did you put it? Saying like, where in what? What did you put it in? Angel Zone, Art by Angels. Like, I'm not seeing anything new in the LOL.
Like, there's so many different things it can be in. It's like people don't understand. She's a Satanist and the pagan. Yeah, not like worshiper of evil. It's like it has like a more intricate ideology to it than you'd think. So, but she was very, very good vibes, and she's also in recovery. And yeah, I thought she could be interesting. And also, if there was like a secular version of the show called like LOL Demons, it could be like, I don't know, some other people. Napstar Beth was live today. I heard. I'm glad that she's doing more live streams. That's awesome.
I see that it's a prayer. No, I know that it's a prayer request for Anne, but I don't see it. So
it's like above my posts, I think. He didn't post a new one. I don't know why he doesn't just like post it again, but
oh, right here. Okay. I see it.
I don't know why I fucking downloaded it and it will not show up. I downloaded it in like 8 different, like in my download section, in my desktop. Like it just is nowhere. I don't know.
All right, so I think I'll be able to. I can like pull up just my Discord, but I think I would just be able to pull up the picture on a tab and share it so we can see the picture of her. And
all right, sweet. Yeah, she looks very beautiful, and I'm so sorry. It's like anyone can get struck with like an illness at any moment, and life is already hard just being a person. You throw in like all that pain, and then what it does to the people who care about them. That's part of getting older. Is people getting sick around you, and it's a really hard experience to have to.
So let me see.
Oh hey, I remember that. Yeah.
Okay, so
Here we go. We got it.
I'm gonna tell you, or I'm gonna read like what EAE put in the chat. So obviously you have to drop that one first.
Yeah.
So this guy is EAE's Aunt Jerissa, if that's how you say it, if I'm saying it correctly. He says, my Aunt Jerissa was recently diagnosed with breast cancer. Luckily, she caught it early, so that's a positive. If you can send a prayer for her during today's show, it would be greatly appreciated. Thanks in advance. But obviously, I just wanted to read that so everyone could know. If people would like to pray for her out there, I hope that, you know, obviously God can heal her and anything else within her body, any unforeseen diseases or, you know, problems within her health. I just hope that she is like all around healthy and she is loved. She knows that she is loved. She feels God's presence. You know, she can give up all her problems to God and to Jesus. And, you know, hopefully just be able to live abundantly in a life. So bless her, literally. In Jesus' name.
Her name is Jerissa. She looks beautiful and vibrant, and she still could have a lot of life left in her. And hopefully it's within God's will that she heals and can continue to be a presence in your life. It seems like she's someone you care about, and it's really, really, really hard to lose people. It's really hard to see people you care about sick. It feels very unfair, because it can just happen to anyone at any time. It's very hard to deal with, very challenging. So prayers to Jerissa in her battle, and thank God that she caught it early. Good reminder for all the women in chat. We should be going to those doctors, you know, getting everything checked out. I'm definitely due for all of that. I get super triggered by like doctor stuff irrationally.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah. I just went to the doctors for the first time in like a minute the other day.
Yeah,
which I'm
often they're just like, how are you? And I'm like, I don't know. And they're like,
yeah,
okay.
like it was fine. I'm fine. My health is fine. But it's like,
yeah,
I just don't like the doctors. Like I know, like you can feel when something. I don't know. Well, that's me personally, but
I just hate the whole process. Like
process.
Like I set up a new psychiatrist. They didn't send the link to me, and then they put in my insurance wrong. Told me my insurance was off, so for half a day I thought it was totally screwed because I'm on medication. If I don't get it filled, I could have like a seizure, and it could get really dangerous. So super stressful, and I struggle with that. I've been diagnosed with ADHD, and I don't know what that even really means. I'm like agnostic about it, but I do struggle greatly with that.
Well, regardless,
which is why I just worked out trying to pull pictures.
You know, that's why God tells you to have faith in Him now. And when you do, you know, me truly, like what I can say just with my life and my experience, like when you really do trust in God with everything and you feel and know that you're trusting in Him, like He really does come through. So you got to just keep that faith and know that everything's going to be okay.
Thanks, Thoughtful. One of the first people to really consider the philosophical questions of art was Aristotle. Unlike his teacher Plato, Aristotle was generally pro-art because he saw it as useful. He believed our bodies need to experience a full range of emotions in order to stay in balance. He argued that if we haven't been sad in a while or had a good adrenaline rush, we can start to crave those feelings. And when we don't or can't experience the full range of emotions in our actual lives, art can step in and do the job for us. When we finally do experience these sensations we've been yearning for, we feel a pleasurable release that Aristotle called catharsis. And while John has often insisted that Aristotle was spectacularly wrong about everything, Aristotle's theory of catharsis does do a beautiful job of resolving a little conundrum in aesthetics that's known as the problem of tragedy. This is the weird puzzle of why people voluntarily walk into a theater clutching a box of tissues, fully prepared to bawl their eyes out for 2 hours, having paid for the privilege. I mean, really, why is the tear?
Yeah, that is kind of interesting. Are you someone who, I forget, do you like scary movies and things like that? Or you're not?
I will watch a scary movie, but like I personally don't like them. They make me feel uneasy. And like obviously they're not really that scary. Like a lot of them are corny, but even, you know, just the idea of scary things, I don't really like it.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy horror movies, but I watch them less as I get older. I like more like psychological, like thrillers. I don't really like gore, like that kind of stuff at all. I find it hard to watch.
Honestly, like when it comes to that, I can see stuff like that. I don't know. I'm a little weird, but
yeah.
I personally, if I just had to like watch anything, I'd rather watch something like, you know, slice of life, lovey-dovey. I'm not really in, but obviously, you know me, I like my animation style. I can't even watch real shit nowadays. But even like K-drama, I was just watching K-drama. Like, have you ever watched a K-drama, Ruby?
I started watching, there was like, oops, why am I like clicking random things? I started watching one, I forget what it was called. It was like Snowdrop, I think.
What is beauty?
Oops, I just clicked that. Oh my God.
Harriet
Sorry, I'm so bad at running StreamYard.
Was that like, I don't even know, like halfway in the middle to over a little bit? Like,
all right, let me get to click this because I'm clicking all over the place like a maniac. My computer is like touchscreen too, which I actually hate. Like it's
yeah, I'll eventually get to the games. I will finish Dead Rising for sure. I didn't mind that one, but I don't want to get. That's why I haven't finished it though, because I don't know if I want to get to Resident Evil. I'm scared.
Beecher Stowe's novel Uncle Tom's Cabin. Beecher Stowe's story helped change our national mindset about slavery by making white readers see African Americans as human beings with whom they had a lot in common, rather than as a nameless other who should be thought of as property. Collingwood felt we should spend our time on magic art like that, the stuff that helps us live better rather than simply running away from the world. But some people feel that this distinction...
So that's like more you want to watch things that are like more of that vibe. I thought that was really interesting.
Breaks down pretty quickly. A book or movie that could be a little more than an amusing escape for one.
Because it's crazy. Art can be so powerful and reaches something in your soul. Like you were saying about like, during the times of slavery and like humanizing the perspective, of Black people in that time. And that really cuts through and can change people. And even like with music, there's songs that, have been super transformative. Nerd. I kind of am a little bit
nerd.
On certain things I like hyper fixate on certain things like crazy and just consume tons of information. Like
one person could spur another person to change their lives for the better. Think about your favorite fandom. Like for some people, Harry Potter is pure escapism, a way to disappear into a fantasy where your troubles can be addressessed with the flick of a wand. But for others, Harry Potter can help you learn how to live. Lessons
into it. Like go to the little halfway mark right there. That's where we're at.
On the value of friendship, teamwork, loyalty, the job for us. When we finally do experience these sensations we've been yearning for, we feel a pleasurable release that Aristotle called catharsis. And while John has often insisted that Aristotle was spectacularly wrong about everything, Aristotle's theory of catharsis does do a beautiful job of resolving a little conundrum in aesthetics that's known as the problem of tragedy. This is the weird puzzle of why people voluntarily walk into a theater clutching a box of tissues, fully prepared to bawl their eyes out for 2 hours, having paid for the privilege. I mean, really, why is the tearjerker even a thing? According to Aristotle, catharsis. A scary movie or a tearjerker can allow us to express strong negative emotions in a safe context, and the emotional purge that comes with the experience feels really, really good. No doubt, when it comes to evoking emotions in us, art can be extremely effective. But how does it manage to do that? Why is art so good at making us feel? When you think about it, it's actually pretty weird that we get so emotionally invested in characters that we know to be fictional. Why do we cry real tears of the deaths of our beloved characters? Why do we invest time and energy in shipping? These questions fall under another problem that art poses for us, one that aestheticians call the paradox of fiction. Contemporary American philosopher Kendall Walton explains why we can be moved by things that aren't real by arguing that the emotional responses we have to fictional events aren't real either. Instead, he says we experience what he calls quasi-emotions, basically emotion-like responses that can be triggered by fiction, but don't exist or function on the level of true emotions. Now, as evidence for this, Walton points out that people don't respond to scary movies as they would to real-life terror. Like, when we're watching a scary movie, we don't run out of the theater and call 911 like we would if we saw a real person in danger. But other thinkers, like American philosopher Noel Carroll, disagree. Carroll argues that we can have real emotional responses to fictional characters and situations. Our emotions don't have to correspond to external reality in order for the emotions themselves to be real, he says. So we can feel just as strongly for the loves and losses of our favorite characters as we can for the plights of our friends and family. Now, it's time to think back to Helena and the goldfish and blenders. Helena raises questions about the relationship between morality and art, and here there are two main schools of thought. Some people...
He was saying, like, you can feel almost as real as like real life when watching things. I mean, I've been very moved by movies and like, but I don't know. Yeah,
I was gonna say I agree with the second guy more just until he got to the end where he said like in the comparison of fictional characters being to your friends and family. Like, don't get me wrong, I've cried for my anime characters. R.I.P. Rengoku, fucking Jiraiya. Like, come on now, don't even make me name all of the top two that I thought of. But thinking of like that compared to like actually losing like, oh, my mom or my sister or something, that's not the same to me personally.
I mean, that kind of thing is like, indescribable unless you've experienced it, you know.
People called autonomists maintain that art and morality are entirely separate. So if something is done in the name of art, it's basically immune from moral scrutiny. It's almost like artists live and work in some kind of protective morality bubble. So in the autonomous view, Everesti did nothing wrong putting goldfish in a situation where they were likely to be pulverized because he was doing it in the name of artistic expression. But there are others, known as aesthetic moralists, who argue that morality and art are interconnected. So any moral stain connected with a work makes a work aesthetically flawed. In this view, even if Everesti's aesthetic concept was superb, the fact that he expressed that concept through immoral means, in this case the wanton destruction of goldfish life, that counts against the overall aesthetic value of his work. Art is often designed to challenge our beliefs and our values, and most of us agree that this can be a good thing. But are there limits? We often give artists credit for amazing works of art that inspire positive change in the world, like Uncle Tom's Cabin. But if a work inspires bad actions or bad attitudes, is the artist to blame for that too? As in most areas of philosophy, there's plenty more about aesthetics that we could explore if we had time. But as we move on to the next segment of our course, I hope you found that aesthetics, one of the less well-known areas of philosophy, is worth your attention as you continue to interact with art in your lives. Today, we learned about R.G. Collingwood's view that art is best when it helps us live better lives. We learned how Aristotle's concept
Why is this like recapping? It's like, yeah, we just
of tragedy, and we studied the paradox of fiction. We also thought about the Crash Course Philosophy is produced in association.
Oh yes, outro. Damn, like a whole nother
outro. I thought it was a good video. I like videos like that just because I never got a formal education, and it like touches on different ideas and topics that I can like go research myself, or just like summarizes things. Like I don't need to read everything about Aristotle to like get an idea of who he was and what views were.
They definitely don't teach that stuff in school though. Like all the stuff and emotions that you have to deal with, and obviously that should be things that your parents are teaching you. But I think that should be something that they teach in school more, or if they don't do it, period. Like start teaching kids how to like, get their emotions together and to evaluate their emotions. Like I've never learned about that stuff. So obviously watching videos like this and them like, giving us more like definitions and things that we don't really, or I personally like, there's so many obviously like titles that people can be and like roles that people can play and like obviously opinions, and these opinions have exact definitions and I don't know that shit. So it's like, I don't know. I don't even know.
It's like, well, everyone, even after school, like most, well, if you're a curious, naturally curious person who likes to like learn and grow, your life is a whole project where you're always learning, always changing, always adapting. I told you, bro. I fucking told you.
Shout out to you, Kyrie. Let's go.
I tried to hate on it, the people, but they fucking love it.
And I'm glad. And
I wish someone told me what anxiety was when I was 11 instead of thinking I was defective and dying. That would have been cool, but like,
or anything like body dysmorphia when you're a teenager. Like, I don't know, because obviously I still think, even with your parents, they're supposed to teach you those things, but this is their first time living life too. And it's like, that's what schools, right, are for information. And you're supposed to teach these kids something and like whatever. So I definitely think that should be a part of the system, but that's just my own personal opinion. Yeah. But I like videos like that because it's teaching me stuff that I didn't get to learn in school.
Exactly. And it's entertaining and it's information, and it helps me like articulate things that I believe, or like, I don't know. I just like stuff like that. And I love this comment though too, because she had the same thing of being like, it's an AI song. I think some people, there is like an aversion to it from the Lolcow Live just doing so many AI songs, but yours is like the best, hands down. It's so good. And everyone, even people, if you didn't get it at first, you love it now.
And no, that's what I'm saying. Like, even though obviously I love my riding high with low, but it's like on par. You know what I mean?
Yes,
they're two different aesthetics. Like one, like mine's like just riding high. They're just two different songs, but they're both.
I love yours too.
But Monty, shout out to you. She's like my voice angel. She knows it. I love her voice.
Oh yeah, I uploaded a video of Grace singing our song, even though she's a troubled person and a hater.
I did see her like singing it, and to be honest, like I don't touch base on those things, talk about things. It did make me happy to see that at least our song can be impactful on at least somebody. Like if it's not our words and our whole show, the song, we love it. All right.
Exactly. And it's been like playing nonstop on their channel. It's so funny. Oh, yeah, I have to present it. Share screen.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, why is it playing the wrong video? Oh my god. That's just me doing a promo. Here it is.
Someone tried to show this to me, but
faith is the key, and love is the door. Every step you take, every dream.
It's just so good. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I'm like just like
yeah, I know. I seen a complete different other video than that one. So I think someone tried to show me
Dude, it's
that one.
been every day, like every hour. There's probably like hours.
No, Allie, please do it. Yes, we want people to do the covers of the song and send it to us so we can play them.
I mean, you know, I always have hope for everyone that they can, you know, change and be better and live a more, you know, peaceful life that's more cohesive with other people. But, you know, people can also choose to have boundaries about who they interact with and how they interact with them. Everyone has those, so it's important. Yeah, covers would be awesome. I cannot stop laughing at them enjoying this song in the video. I know it is hilarious. Even Ben is singing it. I've seen videos of Ben just watching.
That's what I'm saying. That even if they hate it, the fact that you know all the lyrics, that's love enough.
Okay,
that's love enough.
It's catchy.
Oh my God.
How do you feel about maybe doing a panel since we didn't have the guests? A couple of people.
We can. You can go ahead and drop. I actually have to like go to the bathroom very bad. So
all right, yeah. Go run to the bathroom. I'll drop the link and say what is up with chat because we haven't done a panel in a couple weeks. Last week we had Links on. I loved that episode. Do I have a picture of it? I might have deleted the pictures from last week, but Links was an awesome guest. Love having her on. Oh, it's just me with my parents on my birthday. So cute. I love that picture. And some drawings. All right. Let me get into the comments. Hello. Hey, you gotta go. I also am like constantly consuming beverages, but I go to the bathroom right before I start streaming, just so I, you know, it takes long enough to say, oh. I just finished listening. Have a great show. I don't know anything about Lolco stuff, but I'll be here listening to the show. Bye. We don't really get into the Lolco stuff as much as I thought when we first were doing the show, but we've taken it in just like a more pure like positive vibe of just hanging out and sharing things that are inspiring, Bible verses we relate to, good things that are happening in our lives in the community. Like people share pictures of them buying houses, people losing weight, people just bettering themselves and being better, you know, and having one fucking little Discord, one fucking little YouTube channel that is peaceful. And it's important for me because I struggle greatly with like regulating my emotions. You know, I used substance as a crutch and now I'm at the mercy of my own insanity and it's rough. Seriously, I'm just kidding. LOL. $10 too. Ew. I don't know why I have no issue with bidets. That's like it seems like a fun. Oh, we've got someone backstage.
Hello.
Hi. Hey, what's up?
Hello. What's up, Ruby? How's it going?
It's going good. Good. Welcome.
What the fuck is IBS?
Oh, irritable bowel syndrome. I was like, what?
So like also how's it going? How your day is going? How's it going? Too low. How's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good. I saw that you brought my kitty in the stream.
You said what?
I saw that like last time you had like my kitty on stream.
Oh, use the cat picture. I love that.
Okay.
Oh, I wish I had it uploaded.
That was so
for
no.
me.
No. I'm not saying the wait. What picture?
Wait, what? Oh, never mind. Someone sent a picture of them watching Lolly Angels with a cat, so I thought that was what you're talking about.
No, I'm talking about like my kitty. You know who that is? Kalina, you know how it is?
Is this Poppy Chulo?
What is going on?
Yeah, yo, Ruby, you know who it is. Okay,
Yeah,
my
I know. I
kitty.
know what it is. You know what time it is. Why are
Okay, okay,
you
okay. So by
pretending
the
you're
way,
someone else? I thought you were a changed
yeah,
man. I thought you came to the
yeah,
light
yeah,
already.
yeah,
Are you
yeah.
gonna pull a
So
kitty out of this? What's going on?
okay, okay. So just so you girls know, Kitty is Lynx. She's my kitty.
Oh, you're mad at her because she didn't want to go on an date with you still?
No, no, no. I'm not mad. I'm just saying,
Why
like,
did
she's my kitty.
why did you
I
like
just. What's up?
never mind. Sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
No, no, no. Go ahead. I just. I
I
just
don't
said
want to
that.
say it anymore. Never mind.
So,
Really?
how are you feeling? What's going good in your life? Give us the positivity. Did you watch the show?
I'll be honest. I haven't been watching the whole thing. I deleted Discord. I'm not active anymore. So.
Oh, okay. That's probably for the best. It can cause a lot of discord in your life. It sows the seeds of discord easily.
Hey,
That's
where's
why
my
it's
kitty
called
at?
discord.
Okay, so I know you ladies are here streaming. It's all good. Where's my kitty at?
Are
So Link
you
was here last week and she did a great job. Oh, and we brought we do have some
Really?
pictures from Link for the
Oh
well,
shoot! Hey yo,
besides you
no
two.
way! Oh,
Boom.
process gonna. Oh, yo, my kitty
what?
did that?
Lynx
Why is
did that, yeah.
that? Doesn't she have a boyfriend?
No,
They
no.
might have broken up actually. If
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah. They
last
might have
I
broken up.
heard.
She's with. Yeah,
Wait,
she's.
wait. That was
Yeah,
literally just like last week, wasn't that?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. She's with. Yeah, she's with me now. Actually, she
No,
just hasn't
she's
told you.
not. No, she's
Don't
not.
make
All I
fake
know is that
fake
that
news.
she mentioned a break. I don't want to
Hey,
like
kitty.
spill anyone. I'm just saying that's all.
Hey, kitty's on here. She can confirm.
I don't know what to say. That's kind of crazy, but I hope she's okay. And are we still doing a stream or whatever tomorrow with everybody?
Where's?
Oh
Oh shoot.
yes. I
Are
think
we?
we decided tomorrow probably. Yeah.
All right, but I was just still making sure because like us girls, we never fully were
Oh,
like, yeah, this is the definite
I know
plan.
we're always like it can be hard to like really lock things down, but
Yeah.
it looked like Thursday was going to be the best day for everyone. So stay tuned for all of us linking up again with Lynx and
hey,
Ava.
oh, wait, what? Foursome.
Yep.
Holy. Can I
Yep.
join?
The 4 coolest bitches who are running the streets of YouTube right now. Okay. Yes.
Okay, so
We're
I'll be
all coming together.
okay, Ruby. So I already speeded. Should I speed it low? I speeded Ava. I still haven't speed dated my kitty Link. So
Well, maybe
hopefully,
she apparently doesn't want to. You're not taking no for an answer though. You're like, let's do it anyway.
she's
Isn't
so
that
mad.
inconsiderate?
Let her. No, oh, not really. I'm
Oh,
still
did
shooting my
you
shot.
Really, I would if
actually
someone said
watching?
like no, I would like lose interest and probably cry.
Wait, what? Wait. Say it again. Say it again, Ruby.
Shout out to you,
If
He-Man.
I made a romantic gesture
Ember,
and someone denied
your
it,
Ember.
you have to respect her no.
Wow, Ruby. So you just leave her alone?
If she asked you to, of course.
She hasn't
There's
told
no
me
other
anything.
option there. Like you can't just force interaction. That's like totally antisocial psychotic behavior that you can get
Okay,
arrested for.
okay, Ruby. Can I
I'm actually going to place you under
speed it
arrest.
again? Can we speed it again, Ruby?
No, this isn't a show about speed dating. We're LOL Angels. Are you confused?
I was
Yeah.
just about to like let you guys
Morning
finish.
Star is the one who I believe they actually broke up. We were talking. It was I think like the day after that interview. So it was a very whirlwind romance, but Lynx she's solid. She's hanging in there.
Yeah, but she's in Canada and the guy is in Vegas, so that's like the long distance doesn't count, no?
What do you mean it doesn't
Whoa.
count?
I don't know, but
I don't
did you
know.
leave any of the episode today? Did you want to talk about some beautiful things in your life or things that you love? Today's episode is about positivity. So
Okay. Positive. Yeah, I've been working on myself physically and mentally.
Oh, good.
Listen, I want to
You've been
ask.
like, well, it's good you deleted Discord if it was causing you so many issues. That's the right move to make. Sometimes it's good to delete
Yeah.
apps if they're like sucking up too much of your time.
Yeah, exactly.
So what do you like? Could you say like anything specific you're trying to work on?
Well, just getting in shape, of course, and also just getting my money up as well. so I could move out.
Okay. I'm not
Yeah,
even
I
saying
It's important. It's like,
but like those are like the two main things that I hear from guys. And like
exactly.
you gotta also, you know, look at, you know, the emotional side of things. You gotta care about your emotions. I mean, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with your emotions, but
Yeah.
yeah, like don't let that one, you know, kind of sit in the dust or in the shadow.
Yeah, I've seen you guys stream all the time. Ruby, are you still with like Grace, like talking to Grace or no?
We're not doing that. We're not doing this.
Okay. All right. Respect.
No.
Okay,
Yeah.
before I go, okay, I'm gonna go, but before I go, can you guys let my kitty know that I love her?
We
if
will
she's
let
not
her.
interested, you got to move on. Otherwise, you're being like totally bizarre. Like, doesn't that embarrass
Okay,
you?
please. Okay, please. I don't care. Okay, Zena, who cares? All right, please, just let her know, all right?
Pick
Please.
another. There's a million fucking trillion bitches out there. Why be obsessed with one who said no?
Because she still owes me a speed date.
No
Says
one
who?
knows you shit.
All right, just please, Lo, please, because Ruby doesn't want to do it. All right, Lo, please, let Links, my kitty, know, all right?
Wait, what's your comment though? Why does she owe you a speed date? What did you do for her?
I bought her gum, and she told me she promised me, and I asked her to
Bought
be in
her
back.
gum, bro. Didn't we like talk about this last week? And you're still fucking triggered over bubble gum, bitch.
Not true, I just need to. But
Well,
This is
anyways,
called
sure.
love, okay? I
Okay,
retract the name calling, okay? You are a beautiful child of
yeah.
God with all the potential in the world, but I just
Okay,
find your behavior to be maybe you really need to not do that.
okay, Ruby, please chill. Lo, please, Lo, because Ruby doesn't want to cooperate. Please, Lo, can you let my kitty
why
know?
should Ruby have to cooperate with you? What is going on right now?
Just
Are we
okay, Lo. Okay, I'm gonna go, but
Oh,
please,
you guys are really.
Lo,
Everyone was like,
let
open
her know.
panel, open panel,
okay,
and this is what happens.
no, how about this? I hear you. How about that? All right, I'll say that.
Okay, Lo, please, okay, just let my
I hear you.
kitty Links know that I love her and that she owes me a speed date.
I
All right,
see
please, all right,
you. Thank you
all
so
right,
much for being on the panel.
Wow.
all right, Ruby. Hey,
Really
where's everyone at? Oh shoot! All right, hey, Lo, you got the message, right? Can you just let her
I
know?
hear you.
I'll let her know that you're obsessed with her and have some psychological issue, bought her bubblegum, and now have some weird expectation, and are going around on different panels bringing it up like a weird child of God, acting in a way that I find strange.
Okay, no, just let her know. I just wanted the speed date that she owes me, and that's it. All right, and that's all I want. Now
How
let her
about
go.
I'll fucking cash app you the gum cost? Oh my God.
No,
What's
no,
your
no,
cash app?
no.
I do not care. Like,
Yeah,
holy
yeah.
shit.
We can even give you interest because
I'll buy you 2 packs of gum, you cheap child of God.
Okay, just rude. All right, I'm out of here.
see you later. Thanks so much for coming up on the panel. We appreciate you. Like the video. Tell your friends.
Well, Lynx told me that they did, but I don't want to start like talking about her business. I don't know what is public. They are in like a public relationship, and she does divulge a lot of information. She's very open about that, but that's just the last I heard. I haven't talked to her in a couple days. Beautiful. Vocab flex. All right. Well, that was an open panel, and
that's why sometimes we don't have them.
that's why we can't have nice things. Because
yeah, but I think we can just stop at the exact 2-hour mark. We got like 15 minutes left. We can go over our 5 grateful things, of course.
Yes. And maybe some puppy videos, a little puppy outro. Some cute animals. Bring it back to the beauty. Yes, you got your little tension, drama, and tea for the episode. Now we're bringing it back. Bring it back. And you saw live correction. Lo helped me. She saved me in that moment when I love how harsh language. And it's like, that's never helpful. Like, I'm trying to get a point across, and I'm passionate, and I'm trying to get it through to him. I threw the link out like 5 times. The people who asked to come up are either being shy, or I don't know. Maybe because we haven't done open panel, people just don't expect anymore. Oh, we got someone.
It's really because
the Angel.
We can have a star.
Oh wow! Hey Monty, hello.
Oh, what the fuck! I'm out.
What a treat, Monty.
Snapstar, wait, real quick. Did you have anything specific you wanted to say?
Well, now that Monty showed up, I can't really say anything because there's a little bit of history. But anyways, no, let me lay this down real quick on you, Lo, real quick. So you were mentioning earlier about the whole violence and stuff like that. So I just want to say that I'm a supporter of, violent music, that it doesn't cause, people to act out. It's a freedom of expression, So I think that's just a crucial thing that we need nowadays to have that sort of support for us. Like if you feel like music supports you and it's talking about, selling drugs on the street or whatever, I mean, so what? So have you. Like I ain't gonna actually go out and do that. Like I'm a big metalhead, so I mean, I ain't gonna start like talking about like suicide or anything, So I just
True. It doesn't impact. Some people are like more impacted than others, I think.
yeah, it's about your comfort, and if you're having kids going out there, doing all that, then that's a more of a responsibility of the fucking.
They called Monty Monterio. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, two different people.
Oh, hi Monty. I hope you're doing well.
Star. Hope you're doing well.
I am trying to.
I see you. I see you lighting up Lowe's panels. Good for you.
No, we love that.
Oh, I definitely would be.
Anyone can join the Discord if they believe in the, trying to be positive, having a community of building each other up. And we have like the most loving Discord. Like every time someone joins, they get like 20,000 hellos and like little hearts. And it's like, it's always like the most supportive. So far it's been going really well. And it's almost at 100, which is going to be the founding member. So get some kind of.
I wonder who will be the 100th member.
I don't know.
Oh maybe you should give them a role. 100th member.
Exactly. And you'll be a part of history. The people who are on the ground first, who helped to build this channel, because it's a mutual effort. Yes. All of us together, and the chat plays a huge part, and the people who call in, all of that is, works together.
Yeah, the Discord is fun. If y'all ain't in it, definitely join. I guess
and it's free, unlike Keemstar. It's just
for people. Yeah, and you get to interact with Lo and Ruby pretty frequently, so
I need to be more frequent in there. I don't even get on my own Discord, guys, so it's like I got to do better in general. But
do you want to post like if I see a Bible verse, I'll post it like on the Angelz Discord.
Yeah, Napstar though, didn't you say you were gonna start your channel sometime soon? So do you want to shout out your channel? Have people?
Yeah, I tried to tell Universal to drop it in the chat, but I think he's on one today, so I just left it.
Well, if you have it up and shared, you can just drop it real quick. I mean, even after you drop the panel, go ahead and drop it, and people can follow Napstar. I mean, you can like let people know what kind of like stream or YouTube you're gonna have. Is it gonna be open panels? Like whatever.
Yeah, it's in developments right now. Just because there are other folks that decided to join the YouTubeverse, so I thought it'd be cool to kind of collaborate. And then also prayers to Garian. Right now too. Shout out to Garian because I watched his stream earlier. So yeah, shout out to Garian.
Yeah, shout out to them, and also
I want to hear from Monty.
I know, Monty. What is up? We're graced with your presence. How are you feeling? What's doing?
I was like leaving, so I was like, we're getting Monty in here, so we're about to have our little girl group.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I should join to have time. I'm finally here. The world.
Sorry, Napstar. I'm gonna put you backstage. I don't want to be like Paro, like violent with the backstage.
We love you though, Napstar. Thank you. We need our girls though. Yes, but Monty, tell us how you are. I missed you.
Oh, I've been doing pretty good. You were asking Rick like positives, and I think a positive thing for me is, and I'll keep with the spirit of your show. I was recently watching this psychology video about catastrophizing. I don't know if any of you do that. I do that
every day,
all the time. Even in the right beginning of the video, it was like the lady was like, "Do you know a friend who's like they get a B on an exam? They're like, I failed." That was me, and I immediately felt seen. So it was really interesting just to learn about that. How saying little things like "I'm so stupid," like also go to big things. Like my biggest thing that I'm trying to change is like immediately saying that things are boring or that I find people boring, but I think that the video made me like, there was even a moment where it was like, write down what does failure mean to you or things like that. And I realized like, oh my God, I'm projecting that I think people will find me like boring or mean or dumb onto them. And so you already walk into those situations assuming that, and you put that energy out there and you kind of will that to happen. And then these people are more
100%.
defensive. So I don't know, that to me, like it just kind of spoke
And the
to me
fact
in a way.
that you could reflect on that and like learn something new about yourself, even just through a, 10, 11, 18, whatever, however minute video that was, really sit
it was
there
super useful.
back on it. That is amazing.
I shed a tear. I was like, oh my God, this is really meaningful to me. Like it was very,
Yeah.
very
Well, once you get in touch with that is just correct for a lot of people. They project their worst like fears and insecurities onto others, and you're viewing someone through a filter. You're not even receiving them as they are when you're in your own sickness and you haven't addressed it. But once you know, I have this tendency to project, you can kind of nip it in the butt and like try to be more fair. And I think that's,
yes. So now I'm trying to like, try to be open to, I think because the root of it essentially is that you feel uncomfortable in uncertainty. And so you make those decisions for yourself. And so you turn off the opportunity to, for example, meet someone new in my case, and you prefer to be alone, right? You remove yourself from uncertainty. And so you have to, but it was just basically saying that's the beauty of life. Life is full of uncertainties, and it's a muscle we have to learn to flex and things like that. And so living in those moments of uncertainty with courage, I guess.
Right. I know. And now that Universal like put kind of
Thank you, Universal Jones. I appreciate that.
For the definition, I definitely do that in my life. And I personally need to work on that also. Because like even the thing
it's like you create it. Like what precedes action is your thought. That's that. Like, so people trash on us for like being positive thinking. It's like it has tangible good results in our lives. Your life is made, like Lo was saying, of those tiny moments, appreciating them and how you handle them. Like,
I think it's like also helps give more foundation to things like manifesting or things like things are rooted in psychology and things like that. So because it was an actual psychologist with like an actual video, it was really nice.
Yeah, I did like that video. And like I even said, it made me just think back on like some of the stuff they like. Okay, how do you? I am going off topic just for 1 second. How do you feel about though that they need to put something within like the school system that kind of teaches kids more about like their emotions, or just some type of classes like that? Because yes, we do, like Universal had put a comment in there, and it always does, like it should start with the parents, but parents, this is their first time living too, so they might not always have even their emotions together. So I personally think that could be like instilled in schools. But like, how do you feel about it?
2 points, I think. So one, I don't know if you know this, but Selena Gomez's Rare Impact Fund, one of the initiatives that she has was working with President Biden to create like a national public school framework to teaching mental health at an early age, to start like learning about emotions and things like that, to help implement that. But I don't know, since the Department of Education
that could change the world. So like save a lot of people, a lot of suffering. Like you have to understand your own experience to be able to move through the world. Like,
and I think another thing that I found interesting to what you were saying, Ruby, I think you said if I would have known early on what anxiety was, maybe things could have been different. I have a very interesting other example. I always knew like I had anxiety. I would have really bad, I remember my first anxiety attack, like 5 or 6 year old, I like dissociate. And so I get really bad anxiety, and that just runs in my family. And so to me, like I knew it was anxiety, but to me it was like I have brown hair, I have anxiety, and I just like learned to deal with it on my own. Until those, coping mechanisms that you develop when you're a kid, they no longer work when you're an adult. Right. So I think that even if my own family knows anxiety, we don't really maybe know what are the best ways to handle it, or how does one even learn about it, So it's a very weird thing.
That's awesome.
No, Monty, you are very intelligent. Just hearing you talk, like you just are very articulate with your words. And even just like how you said you had your first anxiety attack at 5 or 6. I can't even barely remember my childhood shit. So
I remember. I went up to my grandma. We were bowling, and I said, "Grandma, I'm like, I can see us from back there." And she was like, "Oh, because we've all had it. So that's like one. I don't know if you guys experience that. There's other versions of anxiety attacks. Sometimes things will be very fast and loud, and so
I used to get like full panic. I had to like be homeschooled. It was so bad. Like I could not.
Know what's going on. But
I've had like, I guess like, I don't know if these are considered anxiety attacks, but sometimes I'll get like heat flashes where like my eyes will literally go white and like everything
it's just
bright.
yeah.
And
I think it's different for everyone. I don't mean to cut you off. I just didn't want to like
Oh,
make you
yeah,
think
you're
that.
good.
No, of course, that's still how your body is perceiving this fight or flight response in that moment.
Yes.
Which I will say, another thing that I found very interesting is just like that has helped me too is thinking of emotions as signals in my brain. Like if I feel anger, not in every case, I'm still working on it, but I've noticed that even small things, like I can just like look at it like a card and be like, why is my brain perceiving anger? Is there something bothering me? And try to think of it more like through logically than just allowing the emotion to take the driver's seat and from full on rage about something,
like,
you know?
Right.
Exactly.
No, that is definitely 100% true. I need to start looking at, because I do look at it a little bit, but like that exact mindset is what I like personally have been trying to work on too. Is just like,
yeah, just
if those emotions come up in that moment, like automatically identifying them and figuring out what the issue is and just fixing it. Like instead of just putting it off or making it trauma or making it like you need to heal from that. You know, it's just too much.
Right.
Like just deal with it. Feel
yeah.
it. Monty's dropping some good knowledge. She is, isn't she? Isn't she? She really is. Like
All that money in therapy. I'm just kidding.
No, we need Monty.
Right, bro. It's like I've had a lot of the therapy, so many self-help books, and like just trying to understand like why am I like this? Like how can I be different?
It's what happens when you hit your 30s, low. Okay, you suddenly are like,
yeah,
I need to change my ways. So
and that's why I'm already in that. And that's why like I feel like mine's gonna come even way earlier. Like people like, oh, this is just a phase. No, I'm already getting to. I'm glad I'm hitting it before 30 because shit, like the world's too
super wise.
The world's too fucked up and the world's too hard not to like know what's going on around you. So I gotta figure the shit out right now.
Yeah.
Really. But oh my gosh, yes, our puppy videos, because we are gonna be ending it in like a few like 5 minutes, Monty. But you were an amazing guest. We absolutely love you. Please come.
I'm so glad you should just come on for a full episode. You like really
Monty,
super insightful, just like on the spot. Like I was like, bro, like
me and Ruby
Chat's impressed. Chat's impressed.
I don't think me and Ruby have thought about having one.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. I will say
so
you should also look up one day those agility courses, the competitions. But if you look up, they have any dog can compete. So sometimes there's always like this fat dog that can barely do it. And you're just like really rooting for him. That's a really fun. Those are fun to watch.
How do I find it? So. Puppy agility?
Yeah, they're like just agility competitions. I think it's like the AKC, not puppy, but it's like full grown dogs. So like those really good ones will go, and then every once in a while you're just happy they finish. Oh!
How cute.
Like that guy. Look at him. Ah!
Look at this little guy.
You couldn't care less.
This is my time to shine.
Off he goes.
Good choice. I love this.
I decided he wasn't going to wait for the
We all love
but,
puppies,
You
okay?
can't blame him. He's having such a great
For
time.
therapists are good for something. Oh, fraud there. I retracted. Okay, I was in my anger.
Little Jack Russell here, Ollie, with Karen from the Blue Cross.
Horrible. That
closes out the group. This is the last of the small dogs. He's all over the place, and so he should be. Ollie and Karen here. Ollie was rehome from Kimpton Blue Cross when he was around 10 weeks old. The wrong way through. Oh, well, doesn't really matter, does it? When he got to his home, he changed his name to Lockie, then changed
so
to
embarrassed.
Ollie. So he's probably a bit confused.
Right? It would be like, not my dog. Why?
Like, you should find your own way home.
As Lockie as his absolute handful. Ollie is totally crazy. As you can see,
so
he's having a ball. Loves life and exercise. Well done, the Blue Cross. Persevere.
Now he's running around. He's like, fuck this.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, he'll be out in the collection room. You'll never catch him
No.
now.
Oh, I can't wait until I'm like ready to go.
The
Wipeout. But he got right back up. That is the lesson for chat.
And he is very agile.
That's a lesson for all of us.
This is Loki.
Oh, you know he's fast.
Collie, border collie. Kelly is the handler. This comes from the Val Gray's Border Collie Rescue. And this is managing to go more or less round the course that they want them to do. It doesn't really matter. That's not the point. The point is to show what these rescue dogs can do.
Those dogs are so cool looking.
on when he was just 9 months old.
Gummy, you totally could. I
I
know it looks like it's gonna put your full name, but it doesn't. And you can try it and be backstage, and I won't pull you up if it does. But we're gonna wrap up. We can do like another panel in the future, or I'll do a panel on my channel. I always do for Celebrity Sunday, every Sunday at 4:20 Eastern Standard Time. Call in. Anyone can call in.
Taken to the National Animal Welfare Trust Hale branch in Cornwall. Lived with Ben for 15 months. Started agility training a year ago.
But you don't have to watch the whole thing. It was just kind of funny to see sometimes dogs don't know what to do.
Yeah, that's so cute. Dude, that is cool.
Cute. I love watching that. Like, it's a good Thanksgiving thing to watch with your family.
Oh yeah. See, it's like, yeah, something that everyone, no one's gonna complain. It's just like, this is entertaining. It's wholesome. All right, what's
And
like
then
another?
you get
like
into
one
it,
more
you're
puppy video.
I do
Puppy.
like the agility ones. I told you I like those videos where like other species interact with other species.
Oh yeah.
Dog and like a goose or something crazy, like, you know, like
I don't know, puppy and goose. I don't fucking know.
You don't have to put that, but like, yeah, a puppy and a goose is really cute.
What do you have? Doesn't matter if he's getting into trouble, Jim will always be there for him. Jim.
Oh yeah, they're friends.
They're buddies. That's his best friend.
Jim and Richard are partners in crime. You always have to take a second and think, what are those two doing over there together? But every once in a while, he'll grab the cat food, and Jim will always be right by him.
Yeah, we could try it next time, Gummy. Or if you want to test it right now to see if it shows your name, I promise I won't, you know, put it out. But it looks like it does. But then you can click your YouTube after, I think.
Feathery shadow next to him. Can I help you too? Hi, buddy.
Like it'll say my full legal name, like email, and then I click my YouTube after.
Many years ago, he was left at a dog kennel, and they were not able to keep him there because they took care of dogs. So he came to Hope Haven, where we take in neglected farm animals.
Oh, I love to do that.
Jim joined a flock of Emden geese. And he was very happy.
He has a whole family.
Everything was fine.
Dude, I hate foie gras. I've never tried it, but I hated. They would serve it at restaurants I worked at, and it was a great expensive dish, so good for my tip. But I am not a fan of that process.
So he was just confused and very sad. He was looking for friendship. You should feed him. When he first saw Richard on the other side of the fence, I remember looking over, and he just kind of waddled up to Richard. Since that time, Jim really never left Richard's side. And after a day or two of Jim following Richard around, I really think Richard began to enjoy his company. Do you love Jim? Do you love Richard? Sometimes Richard gets the zoomies and he gets real playful. Then he'll turn to Jim for company and for play. They spend a lot of time just walking around the farm, checking different areas. So by having Richard, the farm guardian, as your best friend, he really has kind of grown into himself. I think Richard and Jim did learn a lot from one another. Richard recognizes how much better life is when he has Jim. And Jim has learned about having a friend that you can count on. So I think that makes him a stronger and a better goose for it.
Oh, fuck those things. Those little things in the back, emu looking things. I don't like them.
Dude, those things are like violent. They can get like violent.
The one on like the lady always pushes like her. She has like a couple of them, but there's one that like runs at her, and he has to, or she has to push his neck back all the time, and it's scary. I don't like them. That's scary.
Yeah,
but
I've had like come at me before. But thank you guys so much for coming on the panel. We did get some good panel interaction. So we really appreciate that. Monty, we'd love to have you come back up again. I thought you were, you know,
yeah, we would love to.
Really good stuff. Insightful. In the chat really liked it. And Napstar, always a pleasure.
Can I see your cat, Monty?
She's there.
I didn't realize there's a cat on the screen right now.
The other one's black, but you can't really see him.
Oh,
Or he's
right
a
here.
calico or
Calico and a black cat, yeah.
oh no, that's kind of crazy because the calicos are usually girls.
Are usually what, girls? Yeah, she's a girl.
Oh, I thought you said it was a boy. I thought you said it was a boy. I was about to
the
say
black
that's
cat's
crazy.
name
You
is
had a boy
actually Monty,
calico.
so I wonder if you can see that.
Those are beautiful.
Oh, all right. Let me solo it again with the light on. We love seeing
each
the
other.
angels.
All
Wall
right,
pets.
there you go.
The black one. Oh,
All
stop.
pets.
They're grooming each other. They're a bonded pair, so.
Yeah,
I'm just the third wheel.
yeah, even animals need best friends, guys. Okay,
exactly.
Like, but Ruby,
Thanks
I
for
think Monty's
having
like,
me.
great, you can
Great
take me
I'm
on.
sorry. I still have you like at full screen. I'm such a like total space
okay.
cadet.
That's what I do. I'm like, all right, you can.
All right. So yeah, thank you guys for coming on. Let me take you off, and
We love
we'll
you
do our
guys. Love you,
final-
Napstar. Love you, Monty. Thanks for coming on, guys.
Thank
And
you
for
so
everyone
much.
else, obviously we got our daily devotional left, and I think that's the end. And anything else that you wanted to share before we go? Oh, obviously, guys, tune in tomorrow. I don't know what time you're with Ava Links, me and Ruby on probably Ava's channel. So
Yeah, I believe it was around 8 our time because it was 5 their Ava's time, I think. So, but guys, we'll keep you posted. If you're not in the Discords, join them because that's how we can get our messages out, communicate, and keep in touch with you guys throughout the week. I've been trying to make more clips and stuff, and we've been getting more views like on our shorts, videos.
That's
also, we have a big, exciting collaboration potentially coming up through our friend Glink, who is an amazing content creator, and he's been a great supporter of the show. And he's going to be connecting us with some other people who are also on a similar vibe, on a similar path, trying to do something good online, trying to, just have a more meaningful life, and try to connect with other like-minded people. So
I'm excited to see because I forgot that you had told me about that. I just got reminded as soon as you said that.
It's gonna be later, like in the month they were saying. So we'll loop back to it. Bro, I know I could not help myself. Did you see I did like there's this guy Lalo, and he's like a
No, people call me his name all the time, and I'm like, that is not.
Lalo. Yeah, I did like some edits of him. Just it was just funny, silly stuff.
Yeah, I'll just send it to me in Discord or in messages. I'll look at it. But yes, we do appreciate you. Do you want to read your daily devotional? I don't really feel like it.
I've got it ready to rock. All right, I love this devotional. It's called God is Love, 365 devotions from the Gospel of John, which is, one of my favorites. So today's the 9th of April. I'm so excited for it to be spring and summer because the planning is going to start happening to get IRL shit. We are going to do it. I want to meet up with Lo. I want to meet up with Ava. I want to meet up with Links. So we got to make it happen, But it's still, the summer is a ways away. But I'm just getting excited for what the future holds because I feel like we're connecting with more people and more people are getting like excited about the project. So anyway, all right, let me find this.
PrawnCon, yeah.
Oh yeah, Prancess is back. I pulled him up. He was on your panel last night and I was watching RubyCon. Yeah, exactly. And I'm happy to host people at my house just with the warning that it is gross and smoky and probably biohazard. But all right. Here it is. April 9th. Present relief. They were relieved to take him in, and the moment Jesus stepped into the boat, they were instantly transported to the other side. And that's John 6:21. Jesus' presence brought tremendous relief to the disciples' hearts. Have you ever felt this way? Maybe a reliable friend or parent showed up right when you were getting desperate to figure out what to do. Perhaps you felt peace of wisdom wash over you in a moment of indecision. I definitely relate to that. Like, as I've made some.
I was about to say, I relate to that so much.
Yeah. This one, as always, I'm telling you, I really do. I really do like devotionals. It really helps set the tone of the day. I don't read it every day, but most days I do. And it's usually a better day when I do. You can feel relief of someone's presence in a myriad of ways, and they're each a gift of peace. Jesus did more than bring peace to the disciples' worries and fears. But as soon as he entered the boat, they found themselves transported. There was no more work to do, no storm to wait out, nothing. Jesus' presence brought peace and solutions. It was miraculous. When we take Jesus into our hearts in the midst of our storms, he knows exactly what to do. He takes over and provides even more relief than simply his company. What a wonderful Savior. And the prayer is, Jesus, your presence brings more clarity and peace. Thank you for doing more than I expect whenever you come to my rescue. Amen.
Amen. Amen to that. Because I absolutely, yes, I have to give God and Jesus the most praise for that. Because so I guess some people could say I rely on him too much, but he does come through for me like no other. I can say that. So I'm very, very grateful for him.
Exactly. And I just pray for, the Spirit, the Holy Spirit to fill me and influence my will to align with God's will, to continue, making better choices and trying to improve how I treat people, because that does matter to me,
You will.
And
You're making great progress. I want to tell you that I'm very proud of you. So if you don't feel seen, you are seen by me. So
well, and I'm always amazingly impressed and proud of you, and what you've been doing online is very impressive, and the dedication, and the people are here for it. So all right, I guess that's it. Thank you guys for tuning into episode 13. It was a great episode, even though we didn't get our guest. Prayers to them that they're well, and also prayers to Trekkies' aunts.
Prayers. Yes, prayers to EAE's aunt and Garian's grandma. I did want to say that at the end because that was sad, and I just hope the best for everyone. I hope you guys have a great night. God loves you guys so much more than we love you guys, and everything in your life will be okay. You just got to have a little faith. All right. Faith is the key. Love is the door. You feel me?
Faith is the key and love is the door. And also pray for me because the Livable City Initiative is coming to inspect my apartment tomorrow. So pray that I don't get in trouble with the city for being so messy and smoking inside, even though part of me wants them to just say stop smoking inside or you're evicted. I almost want them to say that to force it to end. But anyway, much love to everyone. Post your angel wings in chat if you enjoyed the show, and post them in the comments after. It helps the algorithm, and we love to hear your thoughts, what you want to see next, and we like to keep you as part of this process. And we love, seeing all the familiar faces every week. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great night.
We'll see you guys later.
We are angels, shining so bright, spreading love, lifting hearts, lighting up the night. Believe in yourself, let your spirit soar. Faith is the key, and love is the door. Every step you take, every dream you chase, know that you're enough, you're in the right place. Ruby alone, here to lift you higher, with love in our hearts, with light in the sky. Ruby and low, shining so bright, spreading love, lifted hearts, lighting up the night. Believe in yourself, let your spirit soar. Faith is the key, and love is the door. Hope in your heart, kindness in your hands. Together we rise like golden strands. No fear, no limits, just love and light. We'll change the world when we all unite. We are the LOL angels, shining so bright, spreading love, lifting hearts, lighting up the night. Believe in yourself, let your spirit soar. Faith is the key, and love is the door. Hope in your heart, kindness in your hands. Together we rise like golden strands. No fear, no limits, just love and light. We'll change the world when we all unite. We are the angels, shining so bright, spreading love, lifted hearts, lighting up the night. Believe in yourself, let your spirit soar. Faith is the key, and love is the door. To everyone who shares this dream, you're the light, you're the beam. Thank you for love, for faith, for grace. Together we shine, one heart, one place.